That one was spicy.
So the Warriors have to play 48 minutes.
So I see this going 7. I have it. I have the Nuggets in 7.
Ant-Man, Batman, Watchmen, Lakers in 5.
Well, it's money time now.
All right, what is going on YouTube and Twitch? This is the GOATcast Podcast for August 27th. Today I'm joined by the usual esteemed panel. I got my man Big Nige. What's going on, Big Nige?
Good. Been busy this week. Just started up with the men's league. I'm like the team captain, so I'm kind of running around doing a lot more than normally do during the week. So adjusting to that, but it's been a good week. Glad to be here.
All right. Well, glad to have you here. We got Hawk down underneath. What's going on, Hawk?
What's going on with y'all, man? No, I'm pissed off.
we about to get into that. And we might have my man Ron Dog. What's going on, Ron?
You know, just chilling like a villain. Just got home not too long ago from working out. So ready to get into this.
So it seems like everybody is pumped up, ready to get into this first topic. And this usually happens during the right before the season starts. So they need something to kind of get us pumped up for the upcoming season. So a lot of these media outlets decide to do rankings and top 10, 25 lists. What's going on? Salute King's Speech. Oh, real quick before we get started, please check out 10 Toes Down podcast last night. And we always say you never know who's going to pop up. I had your boy No Chill Gill pop up in the chat last night. So, yeah, you just never know who's going to come through. So make sure you check out 10 Toes Down podcast every Tuesday and Thursday. So as I was saying, though, a lot of these media outlets, they do these rankings, top 100, top 10, top whatever lists. And, you know, they always kind of have something that's a little bit controversial when they do this to give us some talking points and give everybody something to either get mad or be able to puff your chest out for. So we're going to talk about the CBS Sports this is all-century, top 25 all-century players. So all the players of the 21st century from 2000 until now who are the top players on that list. So let me bring this up. And hopefully you guys can see it. I think, let me close this banner down for a second. Let's hide it. So we're going to go, through each 5 on this list and kind of give our opinions. Did CBS Sports get it right? Are they crazy? So starting up top 1 through 5, we have at 1 LeBron James, 2 Steph Curry, 3 Tim Duncan, 4 Nikola Jokic, and 5 Shaquille O'Neal. So since Hawk did bring this to my attention, we're just going to start with those 5 right now. What do you think about that top 5 for the all-century, top 25 all-century team?
I mean, I'm not gonna argue the LeBron point today. Every list has him up there, so that's expected. Steph Curry being up there and Kobe not being there is insane. And Jokic over Shaq, I'm still not feeling. But other than that, the other 3 is fine.
Okay. So you have an issue with Steph and Nikola Jokic's placement in the top 5.
Yes, sir. I think it's too much placement on Jokic MVPs because nothing else warrants him being that high.
Okay. All right, Ron Dog, what you think? LeBron, Steph, Tim Duncan, Nikola Jokic, and Shaquille O'Neal. What do we think about that top 5 all-century team or 21st century team?
I'm probably at the same place Hawk is. I'm cool with the rest of them except for Curry and Jokic because ain't nobody gonna pick Jokic over Shaq. Let's be real. Jokic, he's a great player, but Shaq, during his prime was just unguardable. And then Curry, I think Curry has just all since 2016, he's just had a great team. He's had he's had some great players play with him. I'm not saying that I'm not saying he's never been the guy, but he just doesn't have enough to be up there at the number 2 spot for me.
Okay. And Big Nige, I'm waiting to hear your thoughts on this. The top 5: Bron, Steph, Duncan, Jokic, Shaq. How do you feel about CBS Sports top 5 of the 21st century?
I mean, it's definitely not good. Steph's too high on this list. I think Jokic is too high on this list. Both players should definitely be on the list, but not in the top 5. I mean, I could see an argument for Curry. Like, I think I have him just at the 5 spot, but I got Jokic lower. I mean, he's got the MVPs. He's been phenomenal, but it's still too early to put him ahead of some of the other guys on this list. So for me, I still got LeBron 1, of course. I'm right there with number 2 being Duncan. If you want to throw Duncan, Kobe, Shaq, whatever combination, as long as you have a decent rationale, I'm cool with it. And then right at 5, I probably would have Curry. So, but Jokic is too high. He needs to do more, needs to win more before he can be in that top 5 or in discussion for top 5.
What's going on, Adrian Knight? And I think the panel kind of agree with you on that. Kobe should not be that low on a 21st century list. And we got my man Casual joining us. Right? What's going on, Casual? I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna ask you the same question. These top 5 of the top 25 21st century. What you think about the placement of those 5?
Ridiculous to have Jokic that high. I think Kobe should be definitely number 2. If not number 3, depending on how you feel about Tim Duncan. But Jokic is not that far removed from Giannis, and they had enough sense to know that Giannis doesn't go over Kobe. So I don't understand where exactly they're getting this philosophy from. At some point, inconsistencies have to be pointed out. I'm genuinely starting to think that they're just putting Kobe anywhere just for clicks.
There we go. That's
exactly what I said.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get to Kobe. But as far as this top 5, I could easily say Duncan can be number 1, but that's my personal opinion.
My man.
But Jokic, and I'm a Jokic guy, but Jokic being over Shaq is just insane to me for the 21st century, because you can argue that Shaq's best years were in the 2000s. Of course, he had a decent span. You know, he had a little drop off after, I'd say, 2006, around there. He was still an all-star. And Kobe, of course, I mean, I just don't get it. Kobe
even for, like, because I can see a way that somebody would say that majority of Shaq's dominance was in the 90s, and by the time you get to the 2000s, you got about a 4-year span of dominance. I can understand that, but then if that's the case, why is he over Kobe? Because a large portion of Kobe's dominance was in the 2000s.
Exactly, that's when Kobe entered his prime. So he was, and you got to think they won the same amount of championships. Well, no, actually, Kobe won. He won history, and he won one more.
No, forget championships. Accolades wise, in terms of MVP caliber seasons, majority of Kobe's was done in the 2000s. Majority of Shaq's was done in the 90s. In terms of majority scoring numbers, Kobe's was done in the 2000s. Shaq's was done in the 90s. Majority of Kobe's playoff success was done in the 2000s. Shaq was 2000 to 06.
Yeah, you can pretty good. That's pretty much the years you can give them, kind of.
Yeah,
That's it. No, that's it.
So like like any way you want to slice it, the way that I'm looking at the list, or well, we could just leave it at the 5, but it just doesn't make sense why Jokic is ahead of Shaq. Because if you have Jokic over Shaq because of the years that Jokic has at his disposal compared to Shaq, and Shaq he shouldn't be top 7 at that point. Probably top 8, because majority of KD's dominance is in 2000. Well, all of KD's dominance is in the 2000s.
Yep. Straight up.
Well,
Like,
I agree. Latasha says she would switch Joker and Kobe. He would put Kobe 4th. I mean, Kobe has really, in reality, he could be 2 or 3, if you're being honest.
Yeah, he could be 1 through 3.
Yeah,
I don't think he goes no lower than 3.
Yeah, based on what he did during that time, he shouldn't be.
Yeah, no lower than 3rd.
Exactly. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Kobe right now and the media, but
I didn't really get into Kobe. I was waiting for you to read the next 5.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to the next 6 through 10. So for 6 through 10, we have Kobe Bryant, Giannis, Kevin Durant at the 8 spot, Kevin Garnett, and number 10, Dirk Nowitzki. I'm not too mad with those placements, really. I think those are pretty spot on, other than Kobe. So since Hawk, I'm gonna let you go first again. So 6 through 10, what do you think?
Really? I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care about the rest of the Kobe being at 6 is just insane. All of basically, just like you said, damn near his entire career was after 2000, right? So from 2000 season to when he got hurt, he averaged 28. If you include the years he got hurt, he had 26. He got 10 top 5 MVP finishes. He has 10 all defensive selections and 10 all NBA selections. He's the only person in history with that. He got 3 seasons of finals runs with 600 points in the playoffs. He's the only player with 3 consecutive seasons with 600 points. Mm-hmm. I don't see any kind of criteria for half of these people to be over him. Half of them. I'm not even going to argue LeBron today. When I have LeBron at 1, I don't care. But him, Tim Duncan, I personally take Kobe. But those 2 should not be more than 1 space from each other on no list.
Yeah. I think we all agree on that. Rondog, what you think about 6 through 10?
6 through 10, just like what Mark said, the only problem I have is Kobe's too low. Besides that, I'm cool. I'm cool with the rest of the list.
Okay. Big 9, 6 through 10. What you think with those names?
So for obviously we already know Kobe's too low. Where I have 6 kind of starting to form is I have KD at 6. And then it kind of goes down from there. Although I think Giannis is going to make a pretty strong case, especially if he continues his trajectory. But right now, if we're talking about body of work, I think KD is cool at the number 6 spot. Now, depending on where you want to throw KG, Giannis, Dirk, and that's kind of up in the air. But I think right now, if I were to say it, I'd probably put Giannis, then I'd probably put KG and Dirk, and then that kind of would round out the top 10. So yeah, I got KD for sure, number 6, and then you can kind of go through the power forward list. What do you prefer? The defense, the intangibles, Giannis's strong case early on, so. But I got KD at 6, and the rest kind of mix and match.
Okay.
Hey, bro, before we finish this, right? We already know that they don't have a criteria. What are you using to put KD over Giannis?
I mean, he's got more statistical seasons. Like we're talking about from his second season to almost now, where hasn't averaged less than like 26 points a game. Like he's got so much body of work over these other, like over Giannis specifically, because he's just played longer, that I wouldn't give Giannis the edge. right now.
I was just asking if you were evaluating the player as a player, evaluating his career or his dominance, and when they got to the top of the league and took over.
Yeah, I think dominance wise, like just statistically, like just being a scoring machine basically from his second season. I mean, yeah, I mean it's hard to put Giannis over him, even though like yes, Giannis is a way better defensive player.
That's
I
why.
just think
I,
KD has no flaws offensively. Obviously,
Mm.
you could talk about his playoffs and people like blitzing him and all that stuff, which I'm not going to refute because you're going to say the same thing for Giannis in the wall. But
yeah,
KD's like overall
Yeah, but
game,
Giannis found a way around that and then
yeah,
proceeded.
but it's still
And even
happening.
and even with that, he's still providing more than exceptional value on the defensive end compared to KD, where we saw in the Celtic series, once they take away his scoring ability, his ability to be able to get into the teeth of the defense, is there's not many things that he does. There's not anything outside of that he does at that level of Giannis's defense that could be able to, suffice.
Yeah, but you also have seen like Giannis when they have the proverbial wall around him, it kind of like it doesn't neutralize him because he still gets his, but his downhill mentality can be sometimes a detriment when he's not, I guess, the playmaker that he could have been in certain situations.
I agree with you in 2019, that's the case, but that wasn't the case in Miami. And that wasn't the case in Boston when he was without Chris Middleton. Like Giannis has shown instances where they built the wall and it
Mhm.
didn't work. They had to. He played them out of that wall.
yeah.
Can you name a time where KD went up against a defender or a defensive scheme that had a certain level of physicality, the caliber of Memphis in 2013, Golden State in 2016, Dallas in 2016, or Boston in 2022, and he found a way to still find value through adversity?
So if we're talking about those specific instances, I mean, it's based off of their play
I,
style, right? So to go to your point specifically at this point in time, no, I couldn't give you a specific moment where he goes through it. But again, we're talking about the entire body of work. Like if you
I
want to
agree.
point out specific instances, obviously, like yes, those are instances where he was flawed, where they were more physical with him. I won't refute those points. But if I'm saying from '01 to 25, the entirety of that span of time, I
Hmm.
think Kevin Durant has accomplished more than Giannis as of right now.
Oh no, see that part I agree with. It was just the simple like mentioning like the wall as the like as if Giannis didn't figure out a
No, he did. Yeah,
skill,
he
or he
definitely
didn't
did.
build
I,
a he didn't build on a skill. That's the part that
I,
I was pushing back on. But I agree with you when you once you reach a point of like doubling someone in longevity and
yeah.
at an MVP caliber level, like it's sort of hard for me to say that the other person should still be over you.
I agree with it. I just personally like if I was starting a team, I would choose Giannis over KD. That's all.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
That's fair.
So, look,
Okay. And Latasha, Kobe actually had in the 2000s had 5 championships. Um, just want to get that out real quick. So, Casual, what you think about 6 through 10?
I at a sidebar, I don't know where we've gotten in this space to where we think that Jokic has put forth enough work in the last 4 years to put a big gap on the 7 years of dominance that Giannis has displayed.
Ooh,
It's the
okay.
I
MVPs,
don't
bro.
know. I don't know what Jokic, I don't know where we are in this space where we're looking at Jokic's 3 MVPs, granted, MVP caliber seasons and all, and going into the playoffs and still putting forth fantastic numbers. I don't know where we've come forth where we just put 4, 5 years of dominance and we put it over, like we were just talking about with Giannis and KD. We just put it over 16 years of scoring revolution. I don't know where we've come to where we just start putting it over the most dominant force physically. in NBA history. I don't know where we came for to where Jokic winning 3 MVPs is just that's enough to put him over the likes of a Kobe Bryant. I don't know where we are. This is ridiculous. And the craziest part is we forget about defense in it all. The value of playing defense. Giving a damn about defense.
He's breaking it down right now.
That just goes
That's
out
true.
of the window for the sake of putting somebody just because they have 3 MVPs. But here's the kicker, Hawk. If we ask somebody, would they put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar over Michael Jordan? Would they do it? He had more MVPs.
Depends on who you ask. Some of them say yeah. But for this answer, hell no.
I want to meet the person that will put somebody over just simply because they have more MVPs. Mind you, it's one more MVP, and it's in a smaller and it's in a more congested era compared to the other people that were putting forth MVP caliber seasons. Kevin Garnett is out here fighting with peak Kobe Bryant, peak Shaquille O'Neal, peak Tim Duncan, and managed to squeeze out an MVP and a DPOY. But he don't get he's not good enough to be able to stack up to Jokic. Where are we at where Jokic gets to have that big of a gap on guys that have not only put forth value on the offensive end, but it's not even close between these two on the defensive end.
There's no context in any of this. It's just what this is, and that's it.
Yeah, man. I have to agree, man. You said that perfectly. Yeah, and when I think about it, because you think about offensively, that's kind of where we go a lot of times. How many points does somebody score, and triple doubles and stuff like that. But when we broke it down by the defense, Giannis and Kevin Garnett are, like you said, they were, especially KG. He was fighting with peak, all-time players. So yeah, I mean, Jokic over Giannis now takes on a different light when you break it down like that. So yeah, I completely agree with what you just said.
None of it makes sense, bro. And there's like I said, there's no context you can provide to put these people in this order. I'm not even just talking about Kobe right now, although that's the worst one on here. But even Jokic over Shaq, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I got it. He got 3 MVPs, but Kobe and Shaq was penalized for playing together. They didn't want to give him MVPs. So you have no context with this. I don't care about no MVPs, bro. That's a media award. You decide who you're going to give it to.
Yeah.
If that was the case, Steve Nash should be up here.
Yeah.
Steve Nash, he should be nowhere near the top 5.
Nah, and if you think about it, championship should hold a little more value than...
They ding you for championships depending on who you play with.
Yeah, but
that is a perfect example. Huh? If Jokic gets to be ahead of Shaquille O'Neal for having three MVPs, why can't Steve Nash be over Chris Paul then? Because I see Chris Paul finna be next up on the list. Why ain't Steve Nash above him? He got 2.
I mean, that's fair.
And neither one of them won chips.
Should be if that's the case, he should be over Kevin Durant and Kevin Garnett too.
Why not? Let's go.
It don't make sense, bro.
Nothing that makes sense. Okay. So
like I said, like you were saying, like they don't value defense. And I'm like, it has to be MVPs for Jokic over Giannis. Because Giannis got what, 2 DPOYs?
He got one DPOY in 2020.
Yeah. And 2 MVPs.
2 MVPs, yes, sir.
Okay. So if Giannis is the defensive player of the year, how the hell did Jokic go over him? They got the same amount of titles for 1 MVP. None of it makes any sense nowhere, bro.
Well, I mean, hopefully CBS Sports will let us know their criteria at some point for this list. Let's move on to the 11th through the 15th. Dwayne Wade at number 11, Chris Paul 12, Kawhi Leonard 13, Steve Nash 14, and James Harden 15.
I'm pissed off.
All right. Right?
Wait,
And we just kind of brought up this.
say the list for what's hold on.
It was
Absurd.
Dwayne
That's
Wade,
absurd.
number 11, Chris Paul, CP3, number 12, Kawhi, 13, Steve Nash, 14, and James Harden, 15.
What is the criteria for James Harden over Jason Kidd and Chris Paul over Kawhi?
I know. I'm trying to think.
Wait,
The
Chris Paul. You
only
said Chris Paul. You said Chris Paul over who?
Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Oh,
Is
Chris
it
Paul.
okay?
I mean, it's the same. It's the same argument with
The
it's essentially the same argument that
It's worse because
whatchamacallit
he
that
don't have
Naj
an
is
MVP.
making. Nah, but I mean, Kawhi didn't have an MVP though.
he has two.
He got 2 Finals
Yeah,
MVPs.
Finals MVP.
Oh, Finals MVP. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Paul don't have no kind of MVP and no
And
championship.
then Kawhi has
I
two
think to be
Defensive
honest with you,
Player
for
of the Year.
Yeah.
somebody like Kawhi who he don't got that many years on him, because I think for it's from
That is literally
yeah,
the
like
only
for
thing that can say
for
bad about
somebody
him.
like him who's in a unique situation where he doesn't have that many years, he's reverse. He's a Uno reverse card for a lot of these people. His accolades gets him in the
Oh,
door
excuse
with them
Who's that?
because
Kawhi?
Kawhi, yeah,
Okay.
Kawhi. His accolade, like how these people, like the years that they put in, is what gets him in the door, and the accolades take him over the top. Kawhi's accolades get him in the door,
Mhm.
and how many more years he gives us is what puts him over the top with some of these
he,
people. So
I truthfully, he's not gonna give us too many more years, right? But what
probably
I'm
not.
saying is, yeah, I can do the same thing with. We just gonna take this a small sample with Kawhi and Chris Paul, right?
Hmm.
Now on a larger scale, we go LeBron and Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan did it in less time, he accomplished more. Kawhi did it in less time, he got more than Chris Paul. How is Chris Paul above him? I don't care about your numbers. What did you do?
Oh, if you, I mean, shit, I ain't like
Okay.
it. Knowing that you have, knowing how you feel about Jordan, that makes sense to me. I'm just saying, from like my lens, like I can respect that, right? Because that's being consistent. On my end, though, being consistent, longevity at a certain point, especially when it comes to like impact, because it's not like Chris Paul's impact hasn't been anywhere near, like we're talking about somebody that gave
No, no.
multiple MVP caliber seasons, and he also was able to put forth a effort in terms of putting multiple franchises in his own right to overachieving, if you will. Right, like the
That's a fact.
Oklahoma City, the Houston Rockets, the Phoenix Suns. Like he put the New Orleans Hornets from the moment he entered the gate. They were like he put
Well, that's
forth
true.
a lot of he put forth some hours too,
Yeah.
revitalizing the Clippers to Lob City. So like he's done enough to where I think that it's a conversation. And the longevity for me is what puts it over the top. But if you value the championships, the multiple DPOIs, the finals MVPs that Kawhi got, ain't bad at
Yeah.
it. Because that nigga was
I'm
nasty when he was healthy.
But the
I'm not
thing
saying
that
that
Hawk
I'm not
is
saying that he should be
saying
far. My
that,
bad.
but
Go
the
ahead.
thing, no, you're good. But the thing Hawk is saying is that he's had this years more than Kawhi, but Kawhi's done more with less time.
No,
And more
and I
injuries. And
understand that,
I'm not
but
saying that he should be far away from him, bro. They should I just want him to
No.
flip. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, no. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I'm just saying, like for me, like you do more in less, just because you're able to do more in less time, that removes the context of the situations that y'all are in.
Mhm.
Like he's in Chris Paul is in situations where it's more strenuous on him to have to lead the way, right? Like these teams that he's on, they're dependent on him primarily, if not solely, to create
Mhm.
for multiple people. So when he breaks down, it's over. Kawhi broke down. People forget Kawhi broke down that 2019 playoff run. They had
Yeah.
enough people to be able to cover the fourth inning. You know what I'm
My
saying? So like I'm just saying like the DPOIs itself puts him in the door. But when you don't have enough years, it's
Mhm.
when it's hard to really measure up, especially for somebody like Chris Paul, who, depending on where you thought that Kawhi's prime started, Chris Paul probably tripled him in enough longevity, like in terms of like years. Or if not damn near.
I mean, you can make
that's
that
a good
argument.
argument. You can make an argument. That's definitely debatable. However,
Yeah.
me personally, I value when you. I mean, Chris Paul is going. He has to check Steph Curry, but Kawhi is checking the best player on the floor every night when he's
Okay.
healthy.
So Big Notch, we want to get your 2 cents on this. 11 through 15. What you think?
I mean, Hawk and Casual pretty much laid it mostly out. I think if we're just looking, I think I said I look more like body of work, but
Mm.
for this case, because it's Kawhi and it's CP3, and I've seen some of the shortcomings with Chris Paul in the postseason. I'm not going to penalize either one, but if you're asking me, right now I have Wade. Wade would be the 11. I put Kawhi slightly above CP, even though the longevity is really going for CP. Again, with Hawk and what Ron Dog was saying about like accomplishing these extreme like crazy feats in this short amount of time. Albeit his longevity is what hurts him because he doesn't really have the longevity that Chris Paul has. But in the times where he was peak, he was dominant. DPO wise, Finals MVP, like these top two, Wade and where I have Kawhi right below him, they're both Finals MVPs. The rest of these guys on this 11 through 15, they don't got that. So I have to put respect for championships. So I have Wade at 11, Kawhi at 12. Then from there, I got CP, and then I got Harden and Nash. Just because for Harden to put Harden over Nash, I just have him because I think he did better in that D'Antoni system than Nash did. Albeit Nash was a little bit handicapped.
You think he did better?
It's hard to really put one or the other, but I'm going to put Harden slightly over Nash.
Before y'all finish,
better than the Phoenix Suns, D'Antoni. Nash did worse than James Harden and D'Antoni's system.
I think Harden just did more.
Okay.
I think he just because he had more volume. Because Nash didn't shoot.
I disagree.
Yeah, I slightly disagree, but
I disagree. That man Steve Nash was leading, and it's not like he was solely on Mike D'Antoni. Steve Nash, with or without Mike D'Antoni, holds 3 of the most efficient offenses in NBA history. Mind you, one of them being in the dead ball era.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga Steve Nash, we can't do that. Now Steve Nash one of them. Now he can't play no goddamn defense, but Harden can't either. So like I don't know about that.
That's why Jason Kidd should be behind Kawhi.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good segue. We're gonna go to 16 through 20.
Hey, you ain't gotta tell me twice.
Luka, number 16, Luka Doncic. 17, Jason Kidd. 18, Dwight Howard. 19, Anthony Davis. And 20, all the way at 20, AI Allen Iverson.
I think Allen Iverson is perfectly suited right there. You know what I'm saying? I think
you like Allen Iverson?
Wow.
I mean, yeah, he peaked early in the 2000s, I feel.
I think people be harping on that 01 run solely.
Yeah, he after that 01 run, he was still good, but
he was good, but
he was good. He was really good on the Nuggets too. They just ran into the Lakers.
Shoot, they ran to the Spurs too.
Yeah,
he lost to the
but
Celtics.
I mean, listen, those two are the people that should be at the top, bro.
That's true.
I'm with you with Jason Kidd. I think Jason Kidd has to be at the top, numero uno of this list. If not, he should be in the mix in the list that you just named prior. Just because I agree with Hawk like 1000%. Like Jason Kidd, defense, the greatest defender in my opinion, greatest defensive guard in NBA history, anchoring the New Jersey Nets, being able to take them over the top to overachieving from being point guard. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't understand. Can somebody explain to me what the point guard is?
What?
Like, what's the point guard? Like, what's that?
That's what they call CP.
I mean, that's somebody that's unstoppable. That ain't what I said. I just when you said guard, I thought you were saying guards, like all guards. Point guard, you good. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
All guards.
You
I
think he's the
think
best defender? Defending?
Sidney Moncrief, Gary Payton, all the point guards and shooting guards. I think Jason Kidd sits at the top when it comes
Wow.
to
Okay.
defense
Okay.
because what
Oh,
Jason Kidd was doing at 6'5", being able to not only operate the offense, creating transitions, this nigga couldn't shoot. And somehow he's finding lanes as if he has all the space in the world. How do you find these angles and then able to pass through tight windows with that level of accuracy? That's truly valuable, especially at the point guard spot, in my opinion. Yeah, to my knowledge, right? And then
Okay.
on top of that, bro, like how many guards do y'all know that could anchor a entire defense? The defense that's typically anchored by the big man, he has to anchor, and he does so to the tune of lifting them into title contention. How many point guards do y'all know that legitly have done that?
point
That's
guards,
a
none.
good point. That's a good point.
Besides, I mean, well, yeah, point guards, none.
Who would you say? Who would you say for shooting guard? You'd probably say like what, like well,
Me,
no, Kawhi was
Jordan
a
and Kobe.
three. You think Jordan anchored the Bulls?
No, I just believe he didn't have to, but
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
believe he's just a better defender. That's all.
Oh, no, no, no. Okay.
Anchoring defense
No.
is a different story. Yeah, you're right about that. But they didn't. I mean, if you're not asked to do something, I can't say that you had to do something. It wasn't your job.
And depending on the era, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like for Jordan,
That's a
that's
bold.
another. No, that's an even better
That's a
point.
bold.
He in
That's
that
a bold
era
statement.
where it's slower pace, more opportunities are being done in the post isolation wise than it is on the perimeter, and he's still finding ways to impact the game,
Yeah, that's what
being
I
either
said, bro.
in between. Yeah,
I won't argue him at the point guard. Best two-way, I would not argue that at all. Now we come to guards, I got we got to have a conversation about it.
Okay.
we
So
got to
let's
lock
let
that
Rondo.
point
What you
on.
think about 16 through 20 on this list?
You know, as much as I love Jason Kidd, I think Dwight needs to be ahead of him. People fear Dwight Howard. The only thing
Mm.
bad about Dwight Howard is just that he should have had probably a couple rings because he was a really great center. People really disrespect him just because people don't like him. Like how Dwight Howard got disrespected not being in the top 75. That he should have. I'm actually glad that they have Anthony Davis lower than him because Dwight is a better big man than Anthony Davis. People can
Oh,
fight me
definitely,
on that all
True
day,
indeed.
definitely.
but I I think with Dwight down low, I mean Dwight stopped Dwayne Wade and LeBron James from coming to the paint, forced them to be jump shooters. That is hard to do. To force LeBron not to come into the paint, that's a tall task.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And with that said, I'm gonna let Big Nige go. So, but yeah, I agree with you about Dwight Howard. I think Dwight Howard on this list is one of the most disrespect. He's one of those. Him and Kobe just get disrespected as, you know. Dwight had his issues, but I think he was he was at his peak. He's one of the best. So, yeah. So
True,
Big
man.
Nine, what do you think about 16 through 20?
I probably would go. I'd probably go Kid, then I'd go Dwight, AD, and then you can throw a toss up between Luca and AI because I still Luca hasn't done enough to really care if he's higher than AI or not. I genuinely don't really care about the last two on that list, but yeah, I think it's Kid, Dwight, AD, mix and match the rest.
Okay. I mean that's that's admirable. Um, I don't know why I think Iverson should be a little higher, but something in me just says he should be, maybe for his cultural impact. I'm thinking because I mean that kind of started in the '90s, but I think it really became a big thing in the 2000s, and I just feel like he shifted some of the things in the league. But do we count that as some type of accolade or something? That can be debated, but yeah, I mean, I'm fine with 16 through 20. I'm pretty much fine with everything other than kind of that top 10. So let's go to these last 5. 21, Tracy McGrady. 22, Damian Lillard. Okay. 23, Jason Tatum. 24, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And 25, the always respected Russell Westbrook. So,
Insane,
Hawk again. We're gonna go in order. What you think, Hawk? 21 through 25.
To go back to what you were just saying, bro, I would put AI higher, but his longevity just wasn't there. But at his peak, I'll take him over a lot of these movies. But it's not a bad list, but I'm definitely taking Westbrook over everybody. And I love Tracy's game, but he fell apart in the playoffs, bro. You never got the first round. I can't take you over somebody who regularly got out the first round and averaged a triple-double for 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Was a decent defender. Still a decent defender. He still give his all on the floor. Tracy McGrady gave a whole bunch of excuses. I'm thinking he's about to slide. He got to go behind SGA and Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I would, and I just want to throw this out there before you guys go. And I love Tracy McGrady. He was a phenomenal player, obviously. But what has he done that puts him above Jason Tatum?
Average
I
31.
was just about to ask that question.
Yeah,
Quiet as kept. I think Jason Tatum also averaged 31.
Mm-hmm.
Different era. He averaged 31. Dead ball era is different, bro. You got to count them numbers different, bro.
Oh
They was averaging 96, bro. You got to count the numbers different.
Hello.
Hey man, he averaging 31 in the playoffs though. He averaging 31 in the
That's
playoffs.
a fact. I'll
30
take those.
30 to
I'll
me.
definitely take those. Nah, 30 ain't 30, baby.
30
30 ain't
bro.
30.
It's by your name. 30 is 30, bro. I don't care what area
30.
you scoring in.
30
That's
is
30,
not
baby.
30, bro.
Nah,
That's why
30.
they
If
did a
Bradley
whole
Beal
list
30
increasing
and KD
people's
30,
numbers for
man.
pace.
Bradley Beal 30 and KD 30.
And it mattered when you got that 30. Did you get it in the first 3 quarters?
Oh, because that's your
Okay,
teammate.
that's fine.
That's your
Thank you.
teammate.
All right.
T-Mac could get you 30. T-Mac could get you 30 going into the fourth quarter. Probably give you
And
5
then
in the
nothing
fourth.
else. Now, he might not give you that. And man, where he went 1 for 6 against the Pistons
Yeah.
with a turnover at crucial time. Nah, he can't be over them, bro. He ain't never got the first round. Half of them got rings. How you over them?
Facts.
Westbrook done been to the finals.
Yeah.
And he was co-leader on the team. He was the emotional leader.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. What keeps Tracy McGrady over Russell Westbrook?
Nothing.
I ain't got no answer.
Absolutely nothing. They probably got the same amount of turnovers too.
I mean,
Russ beats him at everything.
He got a prettier jump shot. That's it.
Yeah, because
how
I'm
about
like
this? Tracy McGrady was second from winning a championship in 2013.
Yeah, man, cut it out.
Somebody
Averaging
needed Ray Allen to save him.
He was averaging 10 seconds.
Okay, my second question also is what keeps Damian Lillard ahead of SGA or Tatum?
Nobody knows.
Or Westbrook?
I guess the longevity of threes.
I didn't even think about Lillard being ahead of Jason Tatum. Like what? Yeah, how?
That's why I said him and T-Mac at the bottom, bro.
I want to ask a genuine question. Are we starting to view AI through not AI, Damian Lillard through the same lens that we viewed AI? Like the rose colored glasses of what he did in 2019 against the Thunder? Like that just like I guess that just summarized his entire career at that point. Because like outside of 2019, can y'all think of like another like deep postseason run that Dame has provided in his prime?
He's got a better catchphrase than all of them. So maybe that's
I mean, unless you about to value clutch shots over anything, I don't see nothing.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing either.
There's
Dame.
no
I mean, you can
defense.
drop Dame down to
But
25.
I got a problem though. I really have a bad problem with this list because where's Kai?
Yeah, where is Kyrie Irving? How is Damian Lillard over Kyrie Irving at this
That
point?
is literally
How is Tracy McGrady over Kai?
Yeah.
This is what I mean when I say they penalize you for championships depending on who you play with. They don't care about your contributions to the championships, bro. So a person has never been out the first round, somebody has never got a ring is better than you somehow, but they don't really have better numbers than you. It doesn't make sense. Your numbers are comparable,
Tony
but you
Parker.
got a ring.
Do we? I mean, Tony Parker did his thing throughout these years.
I'm not putting
taking-
Tony Parker in these conversations.
Nah,
I
I'm
ain't gonna
taking
lie.
Kai. I'm taking Kai, bro.
I'm not
I'm
putting
taking
Tony
Kai,
Parker.
bro.
I'm taking Kai. I'm taking Dame.
I mean,
I'm taking
I mean,
Westbrook.
I'm not saying Tony Parker above Kyrie Irving. Definitely not. But could he?
I'm taking Jaylen Brown too.
Tony
With some
Parker
of these
over
guys, could
Tony
you put him
Parker or
in the
John
same
Wall. I don't know, man.
Bro,
I
if we
don't
gonna
know.
put Dame here, we gonna have to switch this whole thing up next year because that guy on the New York Knicks is doing the same thing that Dame was doing, but he's getting farther.
You talking about Brunson? Yeah.
You know, you want to start King's Speech up. You know?
I'm just saying, bro. Come on, like they just putting people here just off. You know, I heard his name the most. Who cares?
How does T Mac get the nod over Carmelo Anthony?
I'm trying to figure that out
I
too.
didn't think about Carmelo Anthony. Yeah.
There's like 4 or 5 people that's now on this list that people should not be over, bro.
That's very true.
Melo is definitely one of them.
How does Tracy McGrady get over Paul George? I don't know.
All right, you're
starting to lose me now. I heard Carmelo, but Paul George. All right, now you're going too far.
Why you hating on Paul George?
Paul George over Melo for me. Paul George over Melo for me. That ain't crazy.
Paul George over Melo?
I'm taking Melo.
Paul George is over Melo for me.
I'm taking Melo.
You're taking Pandemic P over Carmelo?
I'm taking Melo.
Nah, I ain't say I'm taking Pandemic P.
Paul George was.
I'm taking.
That's fine, but y'all was just talking about longevity. That lasted how long? 2 years. He was good. He was pushing it.
Nah,
I saw Carmelo struggle in the same series that Paul George struggled.
Paul George from 20.
That's fine. Melo was averaging 50 wins in the West, bro.
Melo tough. No, don't get me wrong.
As I said, I'm just saying, like,
he gave you
they're definitely somewhere in the same like realm though. Like
then he gave you losing seasons in the East. I'm just saying it's not that crazy. I got PG over it. It's not that crazy to say.
Over T-Man.
I'm not taking PG.
Not Mr. First Round exit. I'm not doing this with you. Not Mr. First
Nah,
Round.
T-Mac shouldn't be on this list.
Not Bad Back Mac. I'm not playing with you.
Nah. Back Mac is crazy.
I'm not playing with you. Nah.
Who is that?
I think is that Row? That's Row.
Just go back. Okay.
Oh no, that's CW.
See, this nigga CW is so intense.
Was my mic still on?
Oh
my God. Okay, my bad.
Mic is hot.
I'm like, yo, I know I done heard this voice before, bro. I thought you was watching TV.
Oh no, that was. I thought I had.
Nope.
That's crazy. I cut my mic off. I don't know how.
Listen, bro. Listen.
This is.
I got it. Like how we was having these conversations about longevity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dame shouldn't be here. Tracy shouldn't be here. It's debatable with SGA. He's got an MVP and got a finals MVP. He hasn't been there doing it that like. I mean, if you're gonna take longevity, he can still be on the list. He got to be like at 25 though. But there's a few people that's not on here that should be here, like Kai. I'm still putting Melo on here, but Kyrie has to be here, bro.
Man, I feel dumb. I've been talking into this microphone the whole time, and it's been coming from my webcam. Because I turned off this mic, and that's how y'all. Because that was the mic that was chosen was my webcam mic. So yeah. So sorry. Yeah, But yeah, I agree with you all. I mean, this list. I mean, all these lists. I mean, the top 100 list, Bleacher Report. I mean, that's a tough task, but they definitely got some stuff wrong. This one just seems kind of.
Has SGA really done more than Joel Embiid?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah, we got to take the playoffs into account, bro. We got to go into playoffs too.
It's not like Embiid hasn't showed anything in the playoffs.
But
if you're valuing MVPs, I mean, you look at Jokic. If you value
MVP,
they valued MVPs.
Then he should be over. Well, SGA has one now, but
right.
He should be over some of these guys because Dame
he
doesn't
should
have
definitely over
MVP.
McGrady. McGrady has nothing but scoring.
Exactly.
He should definitely over McGrady, but I still don't think he's supposed to be on this list. I don't care if Melo never got MVP. He's over Joel.
Okay, well that is the CBS Sports top 25.
Melo done been to the conference finals.
And he might as well have not have been.
I mean, you can say that. But I mean, he got there.
See, casual love. I mean, bruh. Melo, did you not see what Melo was doing to Kobe 1-on-1? Did you not see that? Melo was putting in that work in that conference finals. Come on, bro.
So we was playing some tough defense too, though.
I was about to say, bro, that was that. I ain't gonna say it was even.
One of the best scoring dudes I've ever seen, bro.
I was about to say
he put up some great numbers, but we're not about to say that he outplayed Kobe though.
No, I didn't say he outplayed Kobe. What I'm saying is that was a hell of a
I'm just saying the way you said it, goddamn.
Yeah, the way you said
it.
Crazy.
Hold on. Casual said he might as well have not been there.
Hold on.
I'm just saying Melo came in there and represented one of the greatest scoring dudes I've ever seen on a basketball court.
He played well.
He did.
But goddamn it.
You think he did?
Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
You think he did, Hog man? I'm just asking questions.
You gotta relax.
You think he played good?
Bro? Yes, I think he played well. He just, his levels to certain things, bro.
Hey man, I feel it.
Of course, his levels. I can admit, Melo ran out of gas. But the way him and Kobe was going back and forth in those first 4 games, man, I'm telling you, that was special.
Yeah,
so I only unmuted because he said Melo might as well not have been there. I heard that, and I'm like, come on, man. Give Melo. I mean, because we got Matt here.
I'm just saying.
Since we got Matt there, who's done absolutely nothing in the playoffs. I mean, I'm just saying.
20, man. That's all.
I mean, Nuggets Melo was nice. We can't deny that,
bro.
I'm just saying.
Truthfully, I don't think he had the like. The mental stability that Kobe had once he left Denver, it just went all downhill, bro.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to look, bro.
He was a good Nick.
He was
a good Nick. He was a really good Nick. Here's the problem: the Knicks fumbled the bag so bad.
They did, especially when they traded JR and Shump. But
that would have been forgiven if Mr. Jackson would have drafted number 4 on this list. You realize you had a chance to draft number 4 on this list to implement his triangle offense, right? Would have been perfect.
That would have been
great. He could have drafted. Oh, where the hell is Jimmy? God damn, no Jimmy.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. I mean, Knicks. That wasn't a Phil problem. Phil could have drafted Jimmy. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler didn't.
He could have did a lot of stuff, bro. I got this list. This list is horrible. I don't know.
It's all over the place.
Criteria for this list, bro. But this is, I tell you, this is a controversial take, but I don't really care. Everybody that has beat Bron is high.
I
High as hell.
Keep going.
I know. I want to hear what was
High as hell. And I'm not like I have a problem. It seemed like every list, everybody that has won against Brian is high as hell on this list. Everybody
That's nasty word.
everybody
And some of the
Am I
guys
lying?
that's under the bus got dropped. So let's keep it real.
Son, like I mean,
Josh Allen said we
where's
make it.
Bosh?
I know
Why
it's
is
a little
Bosh not?
trend.
Why is Bosh not on here, bro?
Because he had a big drop off after Miami. Well, in Miami, really.
I mean,
Bosh-
but he was a
The
cornerstone in
Wayne
Toronto.
Wade for the
He's a
coaches. The
perennial
Wayne
all-star.
Wade is 1-1 against Dirk.
They don't talk
Yeah,
about
and
Again,
one
If
person y'all
Tracy
didn't think
McGrady
of,
is here, if
where's
Tracy
Vince
McGrady
Carter?
is here, you're
Where's
not
Vince
about to
Carter?
put that him too.
Where's
Any of them.
Vince Carter?
Like I just don't. 21 is bothering me, bro. I just don't understand. 21 and 22. I like Dame. Neither one of them should be on here at all.
Well,
But-
they ain't got top 75 too, so they going, which is crazy.
Yeah,
He's
they
there
didn't
and
vote for
Dwight
him.
is not. So I
Like
guess
I said,
maybe they
I
get,
just- I just want to know the criteria for the list, bro, because I don't understand. Did you go one by one and figure out how you gonna make the player that you like better than the next guy?
I think they just started with one, and then they just whoever they like.
And you grab
filter
Kobe and
down.
was like, we're gonna put him down here so everybody get pissed off and click on the article.
Yeah, he knew. I mean, putting Jokic at number 4 over both Shaq and Kobe was.
But
I mean,
nobody
that's
that knows
recency bias,
basketball would do that. But
Yeah,
it's a
no.
whole bunch of people that are now saying that they would pick Jokic over Shaq because of the things that he can do. But we just talked about that last night. Jokic wouldn't be doing that if he played when Shaq started playing. All these things is by error, bro. And Jokic wouldn't be doing half of this stuff if he had to play against Shaq. And Hakeem would have cooked him. So I don't understand none of this.
I mean, it's different era, and Jokic fits perfect in this era. But does that mean what he's done is better than what Shaq did in the early 2000s? I don't think so. But we're gonna move on to our over under because we spent more time than I thought we would on the on this 25 list. But let me share my screen. We got 15 more teams to go through. For you guys to tell me who you think is, what you think their over under will be. And we left off, if y'all weren't here last week, go check that out. Let me see if it'll bring my Bleacher Report back up. Okay. So last week we left off with the Memphis Grizzlies. So we're going to pick up right after them. And for those asking for the link, we'll drop the link after we finish this. We got a little bit more to go, and then we'll let you guys come up, voice your opinions. I think Casual dropped off, and I guess Ron dropped off, but we're going to start with the Miami Heat, who are scheduled to be, who they predict to be a 42-win team. Do you think that's kind of generous, or do you think they'll win more games than that? And I'll start with Big Nige. We ain't heard from you in a while. What you think for the Miami Heat?
I think that's probably fair where they're going to be. They're not. I don't think they improved a lot. I mean, they got Norman Powell, in which he's going to be a solid extra scoring piece, but I don't see that translating to winning a lot more games. So I might go slightly over 42 wins, probably give them 44, but that's probably it.
Okay. And I think Hawk is on. What you think, Hawk, for the Miami Heat? It's 42 over or under?
I maybe give them a little more. I give them 44, but it's all going to depend on their defense. I think Norman Powell and Tyler Hero is going to be a problem offensively, but it depends on how much they dedicate themselves to defense.
And Spoelstra usually does a pretty good job with his teams, motivating them to play some pretty solid defense. So with Bam,
Like they got scoring with Hero and Powell, and Bam is cool, but like they need like a point guard, like somebody who can get some of these guys easier shots. It just seems like they try too hard on offense. And Wiggs is cool too, but like I think they just need like a one of those, like if they could have got maybe like a De'Aaron Fox or something when he was, voicing his wants to be out of Sacramento last season. I think he would have been a really good piece for this team to kind of put them up back into like maybe the top 6, top 5 in the East for them to compete.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do think a more traditional. Where is Tyus Jones and those guys?
Fell off, I guess.
Yeah, I
supposed to be the point guard for the Suns, and then he just didn't articulate. So,
okay, so we moving on to the Milwaukee Bucks, and this is Casual's team. Is Casual back? Or?
Nah, he's not in here.
Okay,
that's crazy.
So the Milwaukee Bucks, they are predicting a 45-win team. Big Nige, is that too kind for them to have a 45-win season, or do you think they can get over that? Do you think they can do better, or do you think they'll be a little bit worse than that?
I think they'll be pretty close to where they were last season, like 48-34. I mean, they didn't have any key contributions besides Miles Turner. So I think the rest of the roster really isn't all that good. I mean, you still got Kuzma, so we'll see what he looks like with the full training camp and everything. But Giannis can get you, I think he can get you anywhere from like 40 to 42 wins. And I think some of the role players will come along for, I think, a 46 win season. So I definitely will take the over, but they're not going to win any more than 48. And they'll probably be a first or second round exit. So,
okay. Hawk, what you think? Over under for 45.
I'm definitely taking the over, but that's what I was thinking. I was saying closer to 50. I think Giannis is about to come back with his work ethic. I think he'll add something different to his game. He might improve his 3-point shooting. Hopefully, if he improves his 3-point shooting, it's gonna be a problem.
Man, we've heard that talk about Giannis.
Listen, man. I said if, goddammit. I didn't say he was going to do it. I said if. I'm
That's
hoping.
Like if Ben Simmons to get a jump shot, he'll have a job.
No. We're not about to put him in the same group as Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons will not shoot. He won't even try, bro.
I think Milwaukee can unleash Giannis this year because there's nothing holding him back now. He doesn't have a player he kind of deferred to kind of get them going. It's all about him. So
it's all him.
I think it's going to be crazy.
He a 7-foot Russell Westbrook with less turnovers.
True.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go over like you guys. I think in a weak East, they're gonna beat almost any team that's not New York or Cleveland. So I think 50 is doable for them.
Think they'll beat Orlando?
I think they'll make it competitive. I would say they'd have a tougher time with in my opinion with Detroit.
That's what I was about to say. I think Orlando and Detroit was going to be the close games. They play like very physical, just like Detroit. Orlando plays really physical, especially on the interior. So I think see them struggling with them as well.
Well, my man got a mid range though. My man coming with the mid range this year.
Giannis,
he's been okay. He's been okay.
He's gonna be Giannis this year.
Yeah, my man's gonna have that mid range this year.
I'm not
worried about Giannis. I think he'll be phenomenal. Probably even the MVP dark horse. But the rest of that roster,
I mean, if Kuzma shows up, I mean, if he just comes to play,
big if.
I need Miles. I need Turner to be. I need him to be more aggressive. He lost me so much money betting on him last year. He had 16 and then have 3 the next game, bro.
Yeah, I mean he's got to be. His production has to go up. He's got to be the the sidekick to Giannis that Brook Lopez was for a little while.
They re-signed Bobby Portis, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'll take them threes. I'll take them threes.
Yeah, I'll take the I mean, they're gonna be a tough team. And like I said, I think I don't want to downplay what Dame did there, but I don't think he fit quite like everyone thought he would. And clicked with he didn't really click with Giannis.
He's the hole in the defense.
Yeah, and when you unlock Giannis and just let him play instead of him having to try to get Dame going, he can depend on Kuzma one night. He can depend on what's the Porter Jr. Try to depend on him some nights, and then you have Miles Turner. So the fact that he can just kind of take over and kind of decide when he wants to defer to somebody and when he just wants to go off. I think that's going to be I think he's going to put up some Wilt type numbers.
I wish they got Drew back.
Yeah, now that's the perfect pairing for Giannis.
That is pain. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they can kind of depend on what Drew wants to do in Portland. They can look at that option trade deadline probably.
I definitely do it.
I would too. Because a defensive, wing guard like him, who
that's unselfish.
Yeah, he don't have to score. He don't need any points. He can just get you the ball where you need it. Yeah, that's the perfect.
I think the Blazers probably gonna keep him though, especially since you got Anthony Simons gone. I think those minutes could definitely be utilized by a guy like Holiday.
Yeah, I think it depends on how Portland does. I know King's Speech is high on Portland.
Especially if they're gonna make this postseason that he says they're gonna do. They're gonna need Drew for that.
Yeah, they're gonna need Drew for that. Yeah,
no, depends what they do in the play-in.
If they're
Drew will go off for 30.
He can. And Drew did fit the Boston system, but he didn't because they wanted him to shoot threes, and he's just not.
But that's a fact.
Don't leave him open in the corner though.
Drew's a good fit anywhere, truthfully.
Yeah, he's a good fit. Yeah, he was perfect for that 2024 championship, but he's getting up there now. So I think they need a little more youth in Boston. But okay, so the Bucks, we're all going over, I believe. Minnesota 50-32 is their projection. Over under, Big Nige, Minnesota 50 wins.
Well, if we're gonna assume that they're gonna beat up on the weak Eastern Conference, I mean they won 49 wins last season, and they did lose Randall for a good stretch of that. I think earlier / midpoint of the season. So I mean, if fully healthy, yes, you lose Walker, so you're gonna lose a little bit of that second punch off the bench / your second on ball defender. I think 50 is probably fine. I'll take the over. I think they can win a few more games than 50, assuming health, assuming McDaniels takes that next step as well, like he showed a little bit in the postseason. So yeah, I won't go much more than 50, but I think they can win more than 50 games this year.
Okay. All right, Hawk, 50 over or under?
I'm taking the over. And I really hope and add some more to this game, but I know Julius adds his game every year as well, so I'm dependent on that. And what is it? You said his name McDaniels, right?
Yeah,
I can never remember his name. Yeah, him. He's definitely a key. So I believe they'll go over.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they have the pieces, and if Julius Randle just gives them, close to what he gave them last year, they're going to be good. Ooh, right. New Orleans Pelicans. Projection 25-57. Man, they lottery bound. Big Nine. You think the New Orleans Pelicans are trying to get that number 1 pick in the 2027 draft?
Yeah, I mean, if it's really predicated on Zion, I mean, looking at the trends where he plays, half the season, then he plays most of the next season, and then lower than half the next season. based off that trajectory, this should be a season where he plays at least 60 games. So will they win 25? They have the infrastructure to be solid, but I got no faith in them. I think 25 is probably fair just because I can't count on the man standing in front of us. So yeah, I mean, it would be a little disingenuous when they did get Jordan Poole, and they do have a solid starting five. So I think behind that, I'll say they win more than 25 games, but it probably is about how the Spurs record was last year, like 34 and 48. I think they'll make some improvements, but they'll still be out of the playoffs and still right back in the lottery.
Okay. All right, Hawk, 25, over or under?
Under. Under. I do not like. I like Zion as a player, but I just need it. He won't stay healthy, bro. And I don't know if they're really. I think they're like getting tired of him. So I don't know if they're gonna keep him. They might get mad at him in the mid-season and shut him down and trade him. But
And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to send Zion out east. Zion's coming east. This by trade deadline, he'll be in the Eastern Conference. I think I'm going to take the under, like Hawk. I think they're going to tank. I think there's no need for them to even try. Not in this Western Conference. They're not going to win anything. They're not going to be a fringe playoff team. They might as well. I mean, yeah, they got Jordan Poole, but I mean, he's just going to bring
Jordan Poole.
Exactly. He's going to bring that Washington Wizards mentality of let's go ahead and get this. Try to get this number one pick. So
you don't like him over like CJ just to fit that roster's like youth. And
yeah, I think he. But I just don't think they're serious about this team. Nothing says they're serious about this team being a winning team.
You mean like CJ for next year or CJ as a player?
Like just CJ, like do you think Jordan Poole fit this roster's timeline because he's younger? So like if CW said they do tank, he does fit their, tanking method of like, all right, he's a capable guard, but he's also like a solid enough player that like he could contribute to this team winning because he just got done playing with the Wizards team, which really wasn't all that good. You give him a little bit better players, more wing defenders, in a Herb Jones and Trey Murphy the third. Like you're putting better pieces around Jordan Poole. Like I think they could win more games, but it won't be enough because Zion's going to be what makes or breaks them, which ultimately they'll break them.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
I don't know if Jordan Poole is going to be that big of a factor, though. I think this is Zion's team until they eventually trade him. So
someone got to get those shots up, though, because I promise you, it ain't going to be Herb Jones.
No,
and he's nice.
No. But yeah, Jordan Poole's going to do well. He's going to do well on any team. Just
he's going to have great numbers.
Is that going to translate to winning? Is that going to translate?
Nah, you put up great numbers. It don't be winning numbers though.
Yeah. So I think, I think they should just go ahead and full out tank. I mean, keep Jordan Poole. I mean, they can. He got his contract, so he's made his money. So just kind of have him as a piece when you eventually get that top draftee and see, if he can fit with whatever new system they want to do going forward. But Zion is out of there. He's going to Detroit.
That's tough if he play. That'd be tough.
Yeah. I'm predicting that right now. Zion will be a Detroit Piston come trade deadline.
I don't think so.
They ain't messing with that core. Not for no Zion. You got a better chance of them getting getting him for Joel Embiid and the Sixers. You got a better chance of that happening.
That'll work. That'll work.
Okay. Well, we're gonna lock in those type of predictions.
Because both of them tired of them.
That's what I'm saying. You tired of my problem? Tired of your problem? Let's make my problem yours. Your
problem is like you basically trading the same problem.
Exactly.
But for the Pelicans, Joel Embiid's closer to retiring, and all that max level money is going to go away with him. Got another spot instead of that money being tied into a young player who you want to invest in, but you don't want to let him walk for nothing. So you can get some of those assets as well as a player like Joel Embiid for only a few more
Joel
seasons.
Embiid, do you think he's still? I mean, do you think he's still a serious superstar now?
No, I wouldn't take anything with Joel Embiid seriously, but that's just it's more like a salary dump. Like you're getting off of Zion's money for another player who doesn't plan on staying with you. You get some assets from the Sixers, like you could get a young player. Like if they re-sign Quentin Grimes, you can bring a Quentin Grimes with him to then like, okay, he's another guard for your future, and you got salary dump that will come off your books in like the next 2 to 3 seasons anyway.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's some different scenarios they can play with, but I just see Zion going to a contender, kind of taking that chance on him, especially if he stays relatively healthy throughout the season. Now, if he's hurt before All-Star break, yeah, I don't think anybody's going to seriously take a look at him. But I think if he's slightly healthy, I think contenders out east will kind of look at, him maybe being an X factor. Maybe they can figure out a way to motivate him into being the player that everyone thought he would be. So I think it's, but I do think if he gets traded, he will be traded out to an Eastern Conference team. But moving on, we got the resident Knicks fan, King speech around the New York Knicks, predicted to have a 51-win season. Big Nige, are you over or under on that?
I'm gonna go over. I think the Knicks got better. I think they will be they could finish number 1 in the East. I'm still picking Cleveland to do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if New York finished number 1 in the East. So for that reason, and the fact that they got Clarkson, they upgraded on their bench and got Yabusele as well. I think they got better. I think Clarkson gives some of their guard depth a nice push, and you don't have to play some of your guard rotation heavy minutes, like Bridges, like Hart, or even to a lesser extent Anobi, even though he's more on the wing. But you got someone else you can bring in, like a Yabusele as well, to play the 4, to spell for those minutes, to give those guys breaks. So yeah, I'm gonna say they go over 51. I'm not gonna say, I don't know if I want to say 60, but definitely like I think they could win like somewhere north of like 50, 55 games or so, because they did get better.
Okay.
So I think that would translate to the regular season as well, assuming everybody stays healthy though.
Okay. All right, Hawk, what you think? Knicks over under 51 wins?
Definitely over. I am going over. I really think they're going to go back to the conference finals. I really just have to see. Well, no, I got to go back to the conference finals. Truthfully, I think Jalen Brunson going to take another step forward as well.
Okay, so you think these guys will be a little more motivated, or just as motivated as they were under Thibodeau? They'll be more motivated under Mike Brown and his coaching style.
I think
he's going to use his bench. He'll use his bench.
Yeah. I believe they'll have just as much defensive intensity, but they'll get more rest than with Thibodeau.
I agree. So I'll go slightly over 51. Yeah, because the East is what the East is. I'm gonna say they've returned to the Eastern Conference, mostly thanks to injuries and just player movement. But yeah, I could see them a 55-win team this year, and I think they're going to be the most. If I had to put a bet on it, they'll be the most dangerous team out East going into the postseason. So
I agree with
has anybody else joined? Because I can't see. But
yeah, I'm here, and you know how to speak on this one.
Yeah, okay. Over
you know
under.
how to speak on this one. So now I'm a little upset. I ain't take the gloves off more than that during that Olajuwon debate, because I see a lot of shade in there. Slightly over Eastern Conference. No. The real talk. This is the crazy part, man. I only got 30 minutes of probably 20 minutes of my show yesterday. Nobody want to talk about the Knicks. You see what I'm saying? You see the numbers. I put the Knicks on the what's the name? They wanted to talk about the other thing, right? Cool. The Knicks, as I said, Mike Brown is worth 5 to 10 more wins alone, right? I think he brings everything Thibodeau brings. Only he will be more imaginative with the lineups. The Knicks are definitely a 51 win. If they won 51 last year, they've gotten markedly better. You get a healthy Mitch. You're talking about you got two of the best wing stoppers in the league. And I think he's going to work that 2-man game. Like, go look to see what he did in Sacramento, what he implemented offensively there. And look how Sacramento was one of the best offensive teams in the league. The Knicks were already 5th in offensive rating last year. I think we're going to play a faster pace. I think we're going to play a faster pace. That's because that's what I've been asking for. Going to play more of the bench. Going to develop some of the youth. And regular season wise, again, I know the Eastern Conference is supposed to be weak. I think that's a little overdone. I think there's going to be a couple more surprise teams that will be competitive than y'all think. But at the end of the day, the schedule will work out in our favor. Playoff wise, I like as I said, the 2026 champions. I think I got us over Denver. We'll get into that later.
That's a bold prediction.
But
that's a bold prediction.
And look, we own Cleveland. Look, we own Cleveland. Clearly, if people still telling me about the Trae Young series in 2021, well, y'all forgot what we did to Cleveland in 2023. And Mitchell Robinson, what he did to your reigning defensive player of the year on the boards, him and Jared Allen. If Mitchell Robinson is healthy, and that's the key, we need Big Mitch. Got the best truck in Westchester County. Anybody in the big trucks, Rich, go follow Mitch on Instagram. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I got the Knicks are definitely over, man. All right.
Okay. I have no problems with that prediction. So we're moving on to the reigning defending champions, the OKC Thunder, and Bleacher Report has them predicted as a 62-win team. That's what were they last year? They were 60 because was it
68 and 14?
68. I was about to say 67. Okay, 68. So slightly down from last year's numbers. So I'm gonna ask Big Nige over under 62 wins for the defending champion OKC Thunder.
I don't think you're going to incentivize winning more than 68 wins like they did last season. So I think 62. I still think they'll be a 60-win team just because of how good they are on both sides of the ball. I'm gonna go. What is it? 62. I think 62 is probably fair. I think right there, 62 is probably where they're going to be. I don't see them going that much over or that much under. So I'm a rock with. They're going to be a 60-win team this season.
Okay. So you think they're about right with their 62 assessment, or you going slightly under, or?
If I had to really pick it, I'd probably go slightly under because it's I don't think they're going to push this hard for the regular season. But it's a team full of young players, so I still think they'll get close to 60 if they don't get 60. But I think if I'm being honest, I'll probably go slightly under, 58.
Okay. So Hawk, what you think? 62 wins for OKC, over or under?
I'm taking over. I'm taking over just off SGA's attitude. I don't believe he's slowing down. I mean, I know it's commonplace for champions to slow down after they don't want to after they've won a championship. But everybody keep talking about how nobody can repeat in this era. I believe that's his attitude to show him otherwise. I think he's going to take that 1 seed seriously.
Okay. I slightly agree. I think 62. I think they can win. No, I don't. Matter of fact, no. I'm going under because I picked Houston to be the number 1 team in the West, and I'm going to continue to say that. So I'm going to go slightly under. I think Big Nice said about 58 wins. I think that'll be close to what they do. I think they'll win games they're supposed to win. I think, Western Conference teams that are, fighting for a certain position will beat them in, close games. I think they won't care because they've seen they can win it all, and they brought back pretty much all the players that helped them win that. So I think they'll be a lot like Boston was this season, but I don't see the same fall off in the postseason as Boston had. So I think they'll be like a 58, 60 win team, but they'll still be the team to beat
think did he freeze for you guys?
Yep, I thought I
Wait, you
froze.
said what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
I think CW froze for a little bit
Oh damn.
while he was making his
No,
point.
I think I agree with C Dub. I think 60 plus wins is that wanes on a team, and especially considering this isn't like ordinary 61 season where find lightning in the bottle in terms of like scoring streaks and shit like that. Like they were doing this on the defensive end. That's a certain level of effort. That's a certain level of physicality that I think is a little tougher for a team to maintain, especially if they hope to like go into the playoffs and replicate, that level of dominance that they displayed this season. So I'm gonna go under, but they'll still be, if not the first, they'll be the second seed in the Western Conference.
Okay. I think CW will be right back. I don't have the link pulled up on the computer, but I'm about to look it up real quick on my phone on where we are. So I want to say, I think we're like on 23. So
what was the
he's back.
first 7 teams?
The first what teams?
The first 17. You said is
My bad, y'all.
20.
Okay,
My fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know what happened. My whole Google Chrome just decided to cut me off. So we were on OKC, weren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cavs just made his point about OKC.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me reshare my screen. But yeah, you keep going.
Oh no, we agree. I was just asking what was the team that you guys did before OKC?
Your Bucks.
Yeah, we did your Bucks.
What?
Yeah, man, you missed it.
Man, we bottom 7? They supposed to be bottom 7?
No. This is just
Nah.
this isn't in order. It's just
Oh,
This was over under.
based off of all
Okay, what's
32.
the wins? What's the win mark?
They got 45. Bleacher Report has predicted them to win 45 games. I think we all said over.
Hell yeah, over. Man, I'm not I for the life of me. No, let me scratch that. Let me stop. I'm being emotional. I'm being an emotional Bucks fan. Let me calm down. Okay. I understand why people feel the way that they feel, especially hearing the things that I heard this year. A lot of people, not this year, this off season, a lot of people just are misinformed about what we have going for ourselves this year. We're coming off of a season where Gary Trent Jr. was shooting 40+% from 3, and then went into the playoffs and shot up to 50% on 8 attempts. Lights out shooting. And really, the majority of the shot he was taking were just simple, like single coverage shots from Giannis driving and kicking. Kevin Porter Jr. being back in the fold with another year under his belt, mind you, he was also along for the ride during the playoffs when Dame went down, and he only got like a quarter of the time to be able to get acclimated to acquainted with the rotation. I think that he will be much better. I also think Torian Prince coming back for the minimum. I think that is valuable. I also think a lot of people, and I understand that people don't think Miles Turner is that caliber of player, but alongside Giannis specifically, I think his mobility and shot blocking and floor spacing is so crucial. And people are like, the only difference between him and Brook Lopez is he can move on the court faster. That is very, very important. Anybody that has watched Milwaukee for the last few seasons, the notion of how to stop or how to overcome our defensive scheme was quite simple. Just run around Brook, because Brook couldn't keep up with you.
Yeah,
So people would literally space out Brook because they knew once you get Brook away from the rim, Brook ain't fast enough to get back there. So I think that all of the moves that we have, I agree with y'all. I don't see how we're not over 45 wins.
Yeah, I agree. I think they will be top 4 in the East, definitely. Oh, another good team, Orlando Magic. Bleacher Report has them as a 49 win team. Big Nodge, over under 49 wins for the Orlando Magic.
Well, they were 41-41 last season. Obviously, you're bringing in a piece like Desmond Bain, letting go a guy like KCP, who shooting just didn't translate like they thought it would, like he did for Denver. So 49, that's a pretty good jump. I might say they could win as much as 50, but it really just depends on the health of those two guys on screen because they missed a chunk of some time this past season. So assuming you got them fully healthy and you somehow add a piece like a Desmond Bain, I could see 50 wins, but that's probably the cap for them, and we'll see how that translates for them in the postseason.
Okay. Oh, 49 wins
Tough
over
crowd.
under for Orlando.
I'm taking the over, man. Adding another shooter just gives Banchero too much space to operate. I feel like he's gonna win. He's gonna torch every defender that he faces besides Giannis by himself.
Okay. All right, casual. 49 wins is predicted for Orlando. You taking the over or the under?
Yeah, damn, I ain't gonna lie to you. Damn, tough crowd. Yeah, I'm going over. I think Orlando is very clearly the second best team in the Eastern Conference, and no disrespect to Rose New York Knicks, but bro, the caliber of defense that Orlando is about to unfold on this league. Oh, wallahi. Huh? Nah, I'm good. You too. Bro, when we're talking about a team that is going to follow the blueprint of what Oklahoma City set forth, I want y'all to understand how athletic, how consistent, how much effort this Orlando Magic team was giving just the last 2 seasons. Last year and this year, this is one of the best rebounding units in the entire league. This is one of the best defenses in terms of guarding the 3-point line. This is one of the best teams in terms of rim protection, and this is one of the best teams in terms of transition defense. And basically, in summary, every facet that you could think of impacting defense, Orlando got somebody for it. They got Wendell Carter Jr. if you need somebody to go out there and guard on the perimeter. They got Goga in case you need somebody to protect the rim and add some level of spacing. They got what's his name? Tall dude, Jonathan Isaac. They got Jonathan Isaac in case you need somebody to be able to exactly.
Yeah.
They got that's before you go to the likes of a Jalen Suggs, who literally the past 2 seasons, quiet as kept, he has been throwing his name in the hat of better perimeter defensive guards in the entire association. They got off of Cole Anthony, who that was a fucking terrorist, and they doubled down and got rid of Kentavious Caldwell Pope, who they paid to shoot, who wasn't shooting, and they now got a shooter that actually is proven. I don't see how they don't win more than 49 games. I would consider it a travesty. It would be catastrophic if they don't end up winning more than 49 games because they have the talent and they literally are in a conference right now that's wide ass open. Wide ass open.
Yeah. I agree completely. I got them probably third in the East. I'm taking Cleveland and New York ahead of them. And I think them and Milwaukee will be a close race for that third spot. I said Milwaukee would be the fourth, but I think they can. I think Giannis is going to have a Will Chamberlain year. Something's telling me that.
Wilt Chamberlain here? What we talking? Talk to me. What Giannis doing?
30s and 30-15. 30-15.
Oh, that reminds me. We getting a fantasy basketball league going on. We really, between us and Dart, we need to get a ESPN fantasy basketball league up.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna have to hit him up because he had set up a league last season, and I ain't even hear about it.
Yeah, I got on
I didn't
late,
even
so
hear
I
how it
couldn't, I
went.
couldn't get into it last year.
Yeah, we definitely need to
Yeah,
do
we
one.
could set something up.
Yeah,
We'll have
because
to say
it'd be Giannis and Joker for the first pick. I want to see which one of y'all know what y'all doing.
I had Giannis last
Hey,
year. Giannis last year got me to
Damn
the
it.
championship. I didn't win it,
nah,
but
I
I
ain't
got
gonna
to
lie
the
to you.
championship.
Jokic was going dumb for fantasy, bro.
Yeah. And those Detroit Pistons, was it Jalen Durant? He was great for me. Yeah, he was a double machine, and he was putting up big points.
I
So
remember
yeah,
it was one week I went up against somebody that had DeMontis Sabonis. Bro dropped a triple double during the week. And that's before the 20 rebounds he had on the Celtics. I was like, bro, what is he doing?
yeah, that's the thing. You can't just pick by name on fantasy league. You have to really do your research.
You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah,
You gotta know who putting them numbers up.
yeah, because if you just going by all stars and stuff like that, you're gonna be disappointed with some of those guys and their numbers.
I remember there was a sucker during the draft when we were drafting C-Dub. I remember there was a sucker who was like, man, Cam Thomas finna go crazy for Brooklyn. They ain't got nothing to play for. Man, that boy gave him a measly 20.
Yeah, what was it? I picked because you wanted him too. The what was his name from Houston, the rookie.
Reed Shepherd.
Reed Shepherd, yeah, he ain't do nothing.
Nah,
they didn't play his ass. I'm glad I ain't get him.
Yeah, I dropped him. I had to because didn't you get Castle? You got Stephon Castle.
Yeah, I got Stephon.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I was going to try to trade you Reed for Castle.
Nah, don't call me about that shit. Sure, I was petty too. Bro, dead ass. I was so mad because I didn't pick up Reed early on because I was assuming nobody was gonna pick him up because nobody knew about him. C-Dub picked his up. Bro,
I regret it.
I swear to God, I was like, I guess I'll take Stephon. Whole time, Stephon cleared this nigga in production. I was like, bro, don't nobody call me.
Halfway through the season, I would have given anything to trade you for Stephen Castle. And I knew you were going to take that trade. I just dropped it.
I was so bothered.
But yeah, we definitely need to do a league. I guess we can get with Dart and them and see if they want to.
Sure, we could do that. We could do that live on playback before the like the week before the season starts.
Yeah, we can do a live draft. Yeah, everybody
say less.
Yeah, we'll live draft it. Okay, well, moving on, we got
I got it.
The Philadelphia 76ers. Bleacher Report has them as a 38-win team. Big Nige, over under 38 wins for Philly.
I'm gonna go under. I don't have any faith in the guy. They won 24 last year, right? And Paul George, I was expecting him to do something this season, but he's already battered up going into the training camp, so he might miss some more time as well. So, are you going to tell me that I'm going to bank on Jared McCain, Maxey, Edgecombe? I just can't see it. I know the East is not good, and by extension, maybe they could win a few more games. But to win 14 more games, we would probably need to see that guy right there on screen at least 80% healthy.
So you don't think he's going to come back at all?
I can't predict him to win more than 38 games. I can't see it.
He's only one season removed from an MVP. No, wait, 2 seasons.
He said in his little article in this Tribune, he doesn't know when he's going to be ready. So I can't bank on my guy or my second best player, or maybe third if you consider Maxey over Paul George, whatever. Both of those guys are question marks going into the season. That's not a good sign.
Okay. All right, so you got them under 38 wins.
They probably win 30 if I'm being nice.
That is nasty, man.
They're just not. I just don't know where you get the expectation from them because they're hurt. Fully healthy, I'd have a different argument for you, but I just don't see it.
To get guys to get healthy.
This team specifically, I don't know.
All right, well, Hawk, what you think? 38 wins.
Hawk dropped off.
Oh, Hawk's going. Okay. Casual.
That's just
what you
me
think?
Casual.
38 wins.
think 38 sounds perfect. I get what you're saying, Naj, in terms of 20. They only won 24 games last season, and the personnel hasn't gotten much better. However, I think the Eastern Conference has gotten a little bit worse. And with that, I also, especially with the injuries to the stars that we see, there's a lot of more games that are gimme. Like the 76ers versus the Celtics. 76ers was already stealing games off of them before Kristaps got traded and Tatum got hurt. They could steal a game or two now, definitely, with Jaylen Brown. So Jaylen Brown and Derek White at the helm.
But they had Paul George and they had Embiid in that game.
But even still, the fact that they were able to do that with Tatum and Kristaps and them at the helm, even if Embiid isn't there and Paul George isn't there, it's not like Paul George is helping them in that game anyway. Paul George was a terrorist in that game too. And the fact that they have a rookie the caliber of VJ Edgecombe, who shout out to Zeno. I didn't know much about the man's game.
Oh, he's gonna be
After
nice.
watching him in the summer league, Edgecombe got I don't know what it is about like his athleticism that's different from like a Jalen Green. Like Jalen Green was graceful with his athleticism. Edgecombe is just raw with his. His is just like it's just sporadic, like it's all over the place. And I think that that's definitely something that like Philly needs. Like Philly needs that person that could be able to jump off the screen, right? With like athleticism. Like I think Embiid, especially with the more injuries that's racking up, is just like he's slowing down in terms of like his explosiveness. Edgecombs give that to him, and along with Tyrese and Jared McCain coming back, I genuinely feel like they could be able to rack up enough wins to stay in the fight. And especially like against, like I said, the Eastern Conference that's worse than it was last season. I definitely think they could be able to tackle on 10 to 14 more wins for them to hit that 38 mark. I really do. And especially if Embiid comes back healthy on the back end of the season. Remember, he's expected not to make it into training camp and maybe miss the beginning of the season. Same thing with Paul George. They ain't say nothing about the middle of the season or on the back end. Let's say Tyrese Maxey has another improvement this upcoming season, and they end up tacking on some wins. By the time Embiid and Paul George come back, that only adds to the momentum.
It's a lot of assumptions, and to be
it's
fair,
1,000%.
You said that the East got worse, but the Sixers, they kind of got worse. I mean, they lost Yabusele, who was probably one of their bright spots last season. I mean,
that's what I thought, but apparently not. Apparently, Yabusele was a turnstile defensively. I got him. This dude was playing some good defense. Apparently, he wasn't playing good defense at all.
I probably
got this team at 40 wins in the East.
40
wins.
And like I said, if they're healthy, I got no argument, but I can't see them being healthy for a season because I haven't seen that man healthy in a couple seasons.
I think they have a good enough, even without Embiid and George. Was Paul George even giving them enough to say he was giving them something last season?
He was doing some stuff, but he wasn't doing what he wasn't even like Clippers Paul George, even the lower.
He wasn't even doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean Jared McCain, he's coming back, he's healthy, he can give you something. Tyrese Maxey, I would assume, he's an all-star level player. He's going to give you something. And like same thing Casual said, they're going to beat teams like Boston. I would say even
I don't think they'll beat Boston. I think y'all are tripping.
I think they can beat a Boston team, an Indiana team. I think they'll be close games and they can pull it out.
How good do you think Boston is going to be with Jaylen Brown?
I think they'll split with Boston. Yeah,
I can see a split, but I don't see Boston beating them, and I don't think Boston will have
See, I didn't say all that. Boston's gonna beat them.
Boston's gonna beat them.
Yeah,
I'm saying Philly. I'm saying Philly without or against the Celtics team without Tatum. Kristaps is out of there. Al Horford still isn't on the roster. I hope y'all understand that. They don't have a center. They
Oh
have
man, I'm
a
about to say
huge
Luke
hole
Cornett,
there.
but no, he's gone.
Yeah,
He's a Spurs.
bro,
Yeah.
they can get a game or two without a centerless Jason Tatumless Celtics. They can do
Yeah,
that.
I didn't think
They
about
can
that.
get
Yes,
a
they have no
game.
center. Yeah.
Yeah, they can get a game off of a Halliburtonless Indiana Pacers. They can get a game in the regular season because them hard don't even turn it on in the regular season. Them hard turns into Stephen Curry in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
You
But
still got Pascal Siakam over there, man.
do you?
You still got a
Do you
solid
have?
crew over there in Indiana.
Do you have that
He's
much
set.
faith
Pascal
in
is
Jalen
steady, but
Brown?
he's not swaying the mode on whether Philly can get a game. We're not talking about them beating them in the regular season. We're talking about just getting a game. They can get a game off of them.
Yeah. So how much stock do you put in Jalen Brown and Derek White? You think they can be a tandem that just dominates out east?
I'm not going that far. I'm just saying, like, I'm not picking like the Sixers to win the season series against any of those teams. Like, to your point, you and Casual's points, could they win a game? Absolutely. But that's probably where it stops. Probably a game, assuming they're not fully healthy.
I mean,
Fully
they're
healthy,
not
maybe.
a championship team by no means, but I think they can be okay in the East.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the Phoenix Suns, who are projected for 29 wins. That's harsh, but big
They
nine.
lost
So I
KD.
asked Hulk over under for the Sixers.
But the Sixers,
Yeah, over under.
I took the under.
Under 38
I'm,
wins.
I'm under. I don't.
Under 38 wins.
I don't trust Joel, and I definitely don't trust PG. I'm taking the under, bro. I heard how many wins under. They like the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA, bro.
Man, I'll just no love for Philly.
The first time me and Hawk agree.
They the Cowboys of the NBA, bro. They got a reason to miss the playoffs every year.
Yes, but I think they're going to be. I think they'll be a little better than everybody else. Phoenix, 29 wins, over under big nines with Devin Booker taking back over his team.
This might be a rebuild year. I mean, I think they'll be okay. Listen, you're losing Kevin Durant. Like, Jalen Green, he's solid. I'm not saying he's a scrub. He got a little exposed in the postseason, but we don't need to relive that. He's on a new team. Cool. 29 wins. I think I would go slightly over that because you still got Devin Booker. You got upgrades in the center position. Obviously, you got Dylan Brooks as well, so that, bolsters your perimeter defense. But it's still kind of lacking. Like, where are you getting that offense from that you had from KD? Where are you going to get that from? I know Booker's going to probably uptake his offensive approach, but the Jalen Greens, the Dylan Brooks, can we get something like that from either one of them? Probably not, but I think they're going to be a better team. Like, the ball will move around a little bit more, and you'll see probably more defensive schemes that could work for this version of the Suns. But I think maybe slightly over 29 games, maybe 31, 32. But they're not making the playoffs, and they're probably not making the play-in either.
Hulk, over under 29 wins for the Phoenix Suns.
I'll take them slightly over. I'll give them about 35. That's gonna be rough. How you doing? My bad, y'all. I give him 35, but really, because it depends on Jalen Green and how he's gonna play. Truthfully, I think Devin's gonna average like 30. He's gonna have to.
He's gonna have a breakout.
But what happened?
I was saying, I think he'll have a breakout year this year.
Yeah, you'll have to. But outside of that, that's all I got for him. I don't think they're gonna be in the playoffs at all.
Okay. Casual. Phoenix Suns, 29 wins, over under.
Pardon me. Let me hold on. Let me go on my computer so I can go ahead and I gotta talk to my people real quick. I gotta talk to the peeps. I let y'all know something.
I don't trust the rest of their roster, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
No love for Grayson Allen?
Huh?
I said no love for Grayson Allen?
Nah, bro. He probably gonna get suspended. He keep playing like that. He's the dirtiest motherfucker, man.
So I'll go real quick. I kind of agree with you guys slightly over. I think Devin Booker's going to be really good this year, and I think they have enough to win some, to get more than 29 wins, but they're still going to be a lottery team. They're not. I don't think they're making the playoffs. If they couldn't make the playoffs with KD and Bill and what they had, I don't think they, like Big Night said, they're going to be a better team per se, but I just don't think they have the roster to, bolster them to a even play-in spot, in my opinion.
Oh, the super team thing just don't work for well, not super team. For KD, it just ain't working. He's better off in Houston. He'll probably have better success in Houston. Since he left the Warriors, it ain't working.
He's had some great talent around him too, but just hasn't produced winning.
Man, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. Need y'all to hear me. We out of eye, twin. We out of eye. Man, Phoenix finna make the playoffs. And these niggas finna actually make it a dog fight, bro. I just need y'all to understand something. First off, I don't know where we went with this, but man, my brother D Book, man, that nigga's a top 10 caliber player, bro. Like, I don't know why we forget this, but when that nigga is healthy and on the court, he's the same dude that was giving niggas more work than Kevin Durant. When they went up against Denver, who was the best player on the floor? It wasn't KD. When they go up against the Los Angeles Clippers, who was the best player on the floor? It wasn't KD. When everybody was sitting there pressing KD, telling him put the ball on the floor, make a play, who was the one that had to end up turning into a playmaker? D Book. Like, come on now, like we be down in this, man. And I understand, like, Ant's a surgeon, like it puts him, like, no, I'm not even fighting at this point. AE is better than D Book, but like D Book's name has fallen so far down the totem pole, not even because of his play, just simply because people just stopped caring about him. That he's about as irrelevant as Bam Adebayo at this point, and that's crazy because Bam is equally as underrated. So let's start there. And then also, bro, we're talking about a team that, like, forget Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green's a loser. He's just a loser. Forget Jalen Green. Bro, Brian. Just had to throw that out there. Let me stop.
Yo, bro.
My fault. Let me stop. Bro, they got the Ryan Dunn. Last season in his freshman season, bro, he was taking on not majority, all of the tough assignments in terms of ball handlers, perimeter scorers. He had to guard Luka. He was the one that had to cover LeBron. He was the one that was having to go out there and cover space on Curry. Like, Ryan Dunn is being tested during his freshman season. This upcoming season, I expect him to be even better than he was in the regular season, mind you, than he was in his freshman season. Mind you, this is a dude that towards the back end of the season for them, he actually started to up the tick on three-point makes. So he should be a more reliable three-point spacer. But even if he isn't, guess what? They also got Dylan Brooks from the KD deal. That's another defensive wing that could be able to provide some value that they so desperately needed. Guess what else they got from that deal?
Man, I don't know.
They also they guess what else they got for that? Wait! You want me to tell you the truth? I'm gonna tell you the truth, C-Dub. Guess what else they got? Man, they also got Mark Williams and Nick Richards. Now, yes, I do understand the hesitancy on those names because those names are synonymous with the losing franchise that is the Charlotte Hornets, and one of them, and Mark Williams, is routinely injury prone. So I understand your hesitancy. However, Mark Williams was healthy last year. Forget the physical issue that happened with the whole, testing when he got traded to LA and then they ended up sending him back. That was some BS because as soon as he got back on the court, he went right back to impact of the game. His defensive impact is unquestioned. His finishing ability is unquestioned. And for somebody like D-Book, who, I mean, let's just be frank. Let's call it a spade. D-Book is just a 6'6" KD. He's not applying the same pressure at the rim as he did in his younger days. You need somebody like Mark Williams that could be able to apply that pressure on the rim for him. That's what DeAndre Ayton did. Mark Williams can do that the same. And even if he doesn't, you have an insurance policy in Nick Richards. And Nick Richards is he getting up there in terms of one of the league's best rebounders. So all I'm saying is, am I saying they're gonna make the they're gonna make the playoffs as a little bit of hyperbole? Sure, but I know for a fact these niggas ain't gonna be winning 29 games. I know for a fact they ain't gonna be less. They ain't gonna be less than that.
We all agree that
Them niggas is gonna be no. I need y'all to understand they ain't gonna be no 30-win team. Ain't gonna be no 31 team. Ain't gonna be no 33, no 35, no 38. This is a 45-win team.
Yeah.
Phoenix is like that. Phoenix is like that.
Okay.
We'll see the fit.
Come on, bro. Come on.
A lot of faith.
Listen, I'm not about to argue with you. I don't agree. Now, I agree with everything you had before you got to the 48. 50,
no, I ain't say no 48. I ain't say no 48. Hold on, wait a minute.
I don't think they pass in 42, bro. That's why I got the max.
I got 35.
It depends. It honestly does.
I really had them around there.
Do you have them around? Wait, what do you have the Pelicans? Oh well, let me stop.
We had them under 25.
Under 25 is crazy. Oh God.
Nah, it ain't.
It's one of the worst teams in NBA history.
Yeah, bro.
And their starting lineup is kind of tough, but outside of that, it gets kind of.
I said that trading Zion.
Yeah, but how many people gonna start? How many people gonna stay in the game in their starting lineup?
Yeah, nope, you're very right about that. Zion suspect. Rest that lineup suspect. So,
I mean, Trey Murphy is probably the most healthy out of all of them. He played 53 games.
Isn't Herb Jones? Wasn't he hurt?
Herb Jones got hurt.
25 games by themselves.
I think they need a trade. They need a trade Zion. Just go ahead and build it off of those two.
So I said, yeah.
Healthy too.
How you doing?
Yeah.
My prediction.
That's what I said, man.
So Cashwell has Phoenix as a 45-win team. That is.
Go ahead and mark that down, Naj. Go ahead, write that. I see you writing it down. Go ahead, write that down.
I need to write that down.
Yeah, go ahead and write that down.
We go ahead.
We finna be watching Phoenix games this year.
Yeah, you would have said I need to be drug tested. Now you being mighty quiet over there and being nice to Casual, but
no, because what you were saying was completely different than what he's saying. He's not picking them to go and beat win a playoff series. He's just saying they could be a 40-win team. I don't agree, but he had some good rationale. Your rationale with the whole Kawhi Leonard thing, that's completely different. I'm not going to redig that, but that's where the difference is.
No,
we're good.
Bro, you gotta stop dogging Kawhi, bro.
See, that's why I didn't want to do it. I'm just saying.
You don't see this season.
We finna be down bad. We losing the play.
So let's check out the Portland Trailblazers, who King Speech says is a playoff team, but right now with Bleacher Report, they are a 36-win team. Big nine.
So they're gonna have the same record they had last year.
That's what Bleacher Report is suggesting. Are you taking the over and under for 36 wins for the Portland Trailblazers?
I'm going over. I think this team is probably one of the best defensive teams out west. They have a lot of players that are improving. Now, do I think they're going to be a playoff team? I don't know. But it's not out of the realm of possibility because of how good they are defensively, especially that guy on screen right now. He's very good on that end. He's a very good player too. But
Yeah.
and you got Drew Holiday as well. I don't know if you're going to keep him or you're going to use him in those Anthony Simon minutes, whatever the case may be. Not going to be too long-winded, but just, yes, I think they win more than 36 games. And I think they're in the play-in, personally.
Okay.
Just because, Phoenix is going to probably take a step back where me and Casual disagree. And with the Mavericks being, without Kyrie, they could potentially compromise some of their games where I think a team like the Trailblazers will capitalize on their chemistry on another year together, and being the great defensive team that they are, I think that puts them somewhere within the play-in and somewhere probably in the 40-ish win mark for the season.
Okay. All right, Hawk, what you think about Portland? 36 over under for their wins.
I say it's about right. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. I mean, if you picking, I guess the over, but at about 2 games at the most.
Okay, so not a big over, just
No, hell no.
Okay. How about Casual? What you got? You think Rip City can capture some magic this season and get over 36 wins? Casual there?
I think he might have stepped away.
Okay.
Bro done went off and left.
I know he was champion in Phoenix and had to walk away.
Hit him with the Barkley guarantee and then left.
Lightning was got
insane.
I'm gonna go slightly over. I could see them as a play-in team. So I think Phoenix and Sacramento will still be good, but I don't think they're going to make it. I think Portland will upend them as a potential playoff team, but I think they get to the play-in like a 9 spot. I could see, but maybe like Hawk said, maybe 38 wins, but I don't see them going too much over that. Not out west, but they have a good young team. I'll say that. So everybody progressive. If everybody gets a little better, then they'll be a good. I mean, I think they'll win 38 games, which isn't that great. But with that said, another Western Conference team that's a fringe playoff team for the most part, Sacramento Kings, or we should probably call them the Sacramento Bulls right now. Projected with 35 wins this season. Big Nige over under 35 wins for the Sacramento Bulls.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they pick up Dennis Schroeder this past offseason, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they won 40. What's up? Oh, okay. They won 40 wins last season. Do I think Dennis Schroeder on this roster? I don't know if they're like marginally better, but because I'm not a big believer in this core of Levine, DeRozan, and Sabonis, like you said, the Sacramento Bulls, because they had this same core, except on the Bulls they had Vucevic instead of Sabonis, who I think Sabonis is a superior player. Yeah, so they don't really do anything super outlandish for me to like pick them to win more than what they won last season. I think 35 is a little harsh because I still think they're a talented team. I just don't see them taking a step to maybe be a 45-win team compared to a 40-win team. So I think they'll go over 35, but I think they're probably just as good as they were last season, even though they got Levine at the deadline. So I got slightly over, probably 40 wins, probably no more than 40.
Okay, Hulk, what you think? Over.
I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over, bro. Yeah, Sabonis, he wants the ball as well. I mean, he doesn't want the ball like that. So I believe this is a better fit for them because they're primary ball handlers, both of them. I don't understand why they keep ending up together, but I those two, if they're controlling the scoring output and you just have a big man like that's not trying to space the floor, now I'll take that. I believe it's gonna be over.
Okay. I think it's going to be. I think they got it close to right with 35 wins. I don't know. I think something's telling me that Sabonis is a player that they're looking to potentially move at some point. I think they're going to blow this team up in a little while because who do you have to build around for the Sacramento team? DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Sabonis. Sabonis getting older, so I think Phoenix will be better than them. I think they'll be under Phoenix.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I think they will. I think Phoenix will be slightly better. And I think they're going to be looking at Sabonis, looking if there's any interest in, maybe he'll be Laker bound, but somehow, I don't know how, but yeah, I just think 35 is probably reasonable for their season.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that with them being there, I don't think that Sabonis is a piece that they need.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of him, and we get good money.
Yeah. So okay, here we go. And Ron dropped off, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so San Antonio Spurs. 45 wins is their projected wins this season. Big Nige, I know you're going to be the contrarian, but over under for the San Antonio Spurs.
I think they're right there, good at 45. I mean, coming off a season where they won 34, but Wemby, he was out for basically the second half of the season. So, yeah, I think they can definitely win 45 games. I honestly could see them winning a little bit more if this team had a better, more than 1 year together. Like now that you got Fox in for training camp, I'd like to see this team with one more year together before I can put them in the 50-win category. So I think 45 is a good jump for this team because of the pieces you have, because of the roster configurations that you can potentially have at the deadline. Like how aggressive will this team be come the trade deadline to push for a playoff spot? That will remain to be seen. But they have the assets, so they can do that. But they also have a young, good nucleus. I don't know why you draft Dylan Harper when you just locked in Fox and you already got Castle. So you might need to see what's going on with that.
Trust the process.
But if we just go and trust the process, yeah. I mean, this team is definitely capable of 45 wins, and they have a good chance of making the playoffs this year. But we'll see. Play in minimum.
Anyway, Hawk, what you think? 45 wins, over under.
As long as Wemby stays healthy, I'm taking the over. That's the only question I have about the team. But if he's healthy, it's over, no problem. I see him in the playoffs. I really think it was 7 seed.
All right, I knew there was a reason we put you a part of this panel because you're a smart man. For me, yeah, I agree. I think 40. I'm gonna say 48 wins. That's gonna be tough, and yeah, it all depends on Wemby because he is their generational talent. He is their Shaq, Jordan, Kobe, whoever, LeBron. So his health is paramount, and it wasn't anything like that. Was kind of a freak thing, getting a blood clot in your shoulder. That doesn't happen that often. That's one of those places where it's a weird spot, but he's a freak, human being with how he's built. So, you could never know what's going to go on in his body. And blood clot in his body would be terrible because of
how much his blood has to flow throughout that body. So, the good thing is he's healthy now, and he's been working during this off season, becoming a monk, and working with KG. So, I think 48 wins isn't out of the norm. I still don't understand how Keldon Johnson has stayed on this team. To me, he's a little redundant. They do have a bit of redundancy on this team, like Big Nye said, with all those kind of wing players and guards. But I think they're a good young team. They're a talented team. I think Chris Paul was a perfect fit for them last season. I think what he taught them should translate into more winning this season. And as long as they're healthy, and as long as what's his name, Mitch Johnson, whoever the guy that took over Pop, as long as he's not trying to do what Pop was doing and trying to make Wemby a post-up player, which he isn't quite there yet. He will be, but he can't post up that well right now. And those veteran bigs are going to just eat him up like they did early in the season. As long as they let him be a little more free-flowing in the offense, they're going to win more than 45 games. So let's go to the Toronto Raptors. 36 wins is what Bleacher Report is predicting. Big Nige over-under for Toronto out east. And I keep forgetting about them there.
Yeah, they're definitely one of those sleeper teams because they have a pretty solid unit.
Mhm.
It's more of like the fit for me because like they got Ingram and like then they locked him up. I kind of think Ingram and Barnes need the ball in their hands to be like their best selves, but then it kind of like runs on in each other's like way, and it's like that's why for me it's the fit. But to keep it short, 36 wins. I think they could probably do a little bit better than that. Like I think I'm more like 38. Like they're right there with Miami because they're talented rosters.
Yeah,
but I think some of the pieces are awkward fits. So for that reason, I'd give them a slight over for like 38 wins, especially being in the East.
Okay. Hawk, what you think? 36 wins, over, under?
I'm taking the over, man. Like you said, yeah, they got a solid roster. And as long as they're in the East, they got a chance to do it. I give them about 5 more wins. I believe they're going to be better than Philly.
Without question.
Well, I mean, I think I can see that. Okay, now I forgot it. Like I said, I forgot about Toronto. I think they'll be slightly over Philly because I just think their team kind of works a little better than Philly's team does right now, but not by a whole bunch. I still think Philly will be in the playoffs, but I think Toronto will be ahead of them in the playoffs. And I agree with both of you, slightly above 36 because they're out east. And I think they're, like we all say, like some of these teams are kind of tricky because they can be good or they can be mediocre. So we just kind of got to see how they play out in these especially early in the season. If they're doing well, then I think they're going to be a team that's going to be playoff bound. If not, then they'll be trying to worry about those ping pong balls.
These last two teams are nasty.
I can't see Philly being better than them. I will say that.
Okay.
Philly can't be better.
I didn't know you were back. Okay. Over under for Toronto, 36 wins. You got over or under?
Over.
Okay, so we all agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And the last two teams, I don't think any of us care about if they're over or under because
I care about Utah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it down for you. I'm gonna let you do the Utah Jazz.
Oh my
I don't even know what the
God.
number is. I don't know what the number is. The answer's under.
Damn, you think they gonna be
under 16?
Under 16
Under.
is
No, I'm just playing, man.
I'm just
playing.
So we got another Charlotte Bobcats. What is?
I mean, so I'm gonna say this. I think Utah is. I'm gonna go over with Utah. The reason I'm gonna go over with Utah is because I thought that they were better than what they actually were last season, and the reason why they were what they were last year is because the true starters missed a lot of games. Walker Kessler only played 58 games. John Collins only played 40 before he got traded to
He's on the Clippers.
Yo, he on the Clippers now. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's my guy's name? Laurie Marketing. Marketing only played 47 games. Like they missed a lot of time. And even Keontae George missed some times too. So like I feel like the team was a little bit disarray. And that's before we even get to the biggest one, the biggest blow to them. Taylor Hendricks. Bro, I don't know if people know about who Taylor Hendricks was, because I think Taylor Hendricks came out of he came from Florida, wasn't he? No. Was it Florida? Or was it NSU? I think it was NSU. But he came out of NSU, and he was just like when he came in, he was actually showing like some signs of like being like a true like contributor at a starting role in the NBA, and he tore his Achilles. So like I feel like him coming back this season, he should be more valuable. Larry Marketing getting more games played, I think he should be valuable. I'm not that high on Ace Bailey as other people, but I'm not high on him for different reasons. I'm not high on him for his attitude. I think he's very, very cocky. And it's not like a necessary cocky. It's an obnoxious level of cockiness to where you feel like you shouldn't have to do certain things that normal rookies have to do. I think I think that's unacceptable. But his talent, I think but it's a punishment that's gonna happen down the road. I think as of right now, his talent is just undeniable. So like with Keontae George, Taylor Hendricks, Ace, Laurie Marketing, and Walker Kessler, I think this team should walk into 20 games at least. I find it hard not to view them over 16. And I really don't see a reason why not to have them over 16.
I mean, I don't think any of us going to argue. At least give the Utah Jazz 20 wins in an 82-game season. But
damn, I'm the only one that give a shit about them. Damn, praise the future.
But the
pretty much.
The silence lets me know Big Nash nor Hawk care too much.
Hawk nasty because he know he want to see Ace Bailey cook a nigga real quick. That's nasty.
The Washington Wizards 18 wins. I mean, we all just I say over.
Over.
I gotta think about it. I gotta
think about Utah, but you gotta think about Washington in the East.
Because Washington is like,
I mean, they're
they
bad,
just got in a certain to like a certain extent, they just got worse. Like they won more games because their starters were more available, but like they just got worse a little bit. I don't know.
They're gonna win games in April.
They did, but so did their conference.
But didn't they pick up CJ and they got Middleton from the trade? They
extended Middleton. CJ,
CJ.
they just got CJ from the New Orleans trade for Jordan Poole.
Yeah,
CJ was already, if I'm correct, I think CJ was dealing with injuries too. Last year.
In and out, yeah.
He was in and out, but I think he's still him and Middleton on top of the youth that they have on this roster. I think it gives a solid balance between the vets and the younger players to help these younger players close out some of those games that they weren't closing out last season.
Yeah, I mean,
but this team is decent, especially on defense. They're not that bad.
Yeah, they'll get 20 wins.
I get you, but they weren't putting enough. I don't know. I feel what you're saying. If they get into close games, I can appreciate the point of Chris Middleton and DJ helping them. But at the same time, they're not close. They weren't close in a lot of those games. Like they weren't close. To be quite honest with you, some of the wins that they got was on the back end of the season, and that was because niggas just started giving up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna win in April.
And they beat the Nuggets though.
Man, that was the highlight of their year. That was the highlight of their year. The highlight of their year.
Lakers, so I mean.
And hold on. And who went off for that game where they beat New Orleans? I mean, not New Orleans, Denver.
Who was it?
Jordan Poole, man, and he gone.
Was it only Jordan Poole? I thought it was one other player that came along with him.
It might
there
have
was one more
been.
person.
It might have been Sar because
Man.
Jokic is a walking turnstile. Sar probably got a couple off of him.
A few.
A
lot.
A few.
Got more than a few because that was the game where they were highlighting the fact that he just gave up because he was watching nasty basketball over there.
Yeah. Hold on. I just found the game. Yeah. So it was Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole had 39. Justin Champagnie had 23.
Yeah, that's the guy I was thinking about that went.
And Valanciunas had 20 and 12.
Val was working him that game.
Bro, this nigga had 20, 12, 5, and 5 blocks.
Yes, because he was blocking Jokic on a couple of those. Not
Denver's
all.
Winning. Denver is winning this year. Denver is.
That's what happened when you can't jump over a paper bag, man.
Come on now. I mean, he better than Shaq, so.
Damn.
That is insane, man.
That is nasty work.
They gotta stop letting people make these lists that's not athletic at all and don't watch the games.
They never touched backboard a day in their life.
Nah, they just go off Google.
Hey, somebody tell Ro to pull back up real quick.
Oh, let me see. Let me King Speech, you out there?
Might have disappeared.
Is he streaming now though?
Well, I think he's multicasting our stream. Let me see.
It might be.
Let me text him.
I wanted to ask y'all something on the back channel.
Let me text him.
But nah. Have y'all done the award predictions already or no?
We kind of rushed through them. We probably can do them again because we just kind of we were doing what we were doing that week. I forgot what we were doing that week, but
yeah, it was something. But we had to end up rushing through it.
Yeah, we kind of rushed through it. We didn't really give no real thought to it because we were.
Yeah.
Because I think we had something. I think King's Speech was coming on right after us, so we kind of
rushed it a little bit.
Rushed through it, but we can definitely do that again. I mean, we already know who the defensive player of the year is. As long as he gets his 65 games, he's got it in the bag. But
fortunately, for the next 4 years, we just go ahead and pencil in that nigga.
Might even be longer than that unless they get tired of voting for him. Real.
Not DPOY fatigue.
Hey, I haven't seen it, but like, there's not going to be another player that's going to be doing the things that Wemby does, probably for the next 10 years, unless that one 13-year-old that's like 6'10" overseas.
I mean, they may get one. They bring Daniels. They might get one of Daniels.
Nah, they might give one to who?
Dyson Daniels.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Dyson Daniels is like. Man, that's like Hakeem to the glove, man. Like you can be as good as you want to, but you ain't him, man. You is not him.
I get it, but like you said, if they have defensive player fatigue, they'll figure out a way to.
And I don't think Dyson Daniels will be the one that end up capitalizing on that. I think if anybody, Evan Mobley gonna be around for a while. Yeah, I think Amin Thompson and
I was gonna say Amin or Asar are the two that I'd be looking at.
Yeah, they
can get blocks too. Like they could easily average more than like one block a game.
They'll get them once they get tired of voting for them. You know they get voted fatigue fast, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Roll done disappeared because he ain't. I don't see him on.
That's cool. I'm gonna holler at y'all on the when we get offline.
Yeah, if we could. If you guys can stay on for a few more minutes after we finish up here. That would be wonderful. But we're gonna go ahead and close out tonight. Great stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the over under.
Shit!
What's up?
Okay, so I'm trying to see if it's legitimate. Share my screen if y'all can see it. I'm trying to check to make sure if it's legitimate. But apparently a report is coming out that the Milwaukee Bucks are going to try to attempt to trade for Anthony Simons before training camp.
What?
The heck you hear that at?
I'm finna hold on. Let me.
Oh yeah. Speech. Rowe coming.
He pulling up. Okay. Cool,
Yeah, he coming.
Cool. Quick screen icon and address bar to access. What the fuck?
Bro, we was just talking about that. Really, what they need to trade for Drew again, but
Nah, we don't need. Nah,
Simon-
Drew older. So like, Drew like 30. If I'm correct, I think Drew like 34 or 35, something like that. Like, he up there.
All right, baby, he know how to win.
Hey, I feel it, but man, niggas out here these days, man, we can't with our bad backs be looking for niggas with bad backs. You know what I'm saying? Like we need. That's how Tracy McGrady got where he got. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
insane. No. Everyone got hurt in practice.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, he got it on HoopsWire. Let me check that.
Yeah. Nah. So basically, the article is from HoopsWire, and specifically Sam Amico. He follows the NBA.
Okay, yeah. He's pretty credible.
And he's talking about how the 76ers and the Nuggets have expressed like interest already in like trading for Anthony Simons. But in his updated version of the article, he said that sources have said that the Bucks could be another team that's going to make a run at Simons before the training camp.
I wonder who they're giving up.
I mean, we have assets to give up, especially with the contract friendly pieces that we acquired. Like we got Gary Trent Jr., Taurean Prince,
and they
Gary Harris
guys on a
like
2-year deal.
No, well, yeah, they're like 1-2 year deals, $3 million, $4 million a year.
Okay, yeah.
Kuzma's contract is also there. Bobby Portis's contract is friendly. Like there's ways we could be able to do this, especially like we was talking about earlier. The Celtics don't have a center. If we said we'll give you Bobby for Anthony Simons,
that's gonna be your center. I mean, he can do it.
Hey, if that's what the Celtics want to do, baby.
I mean, he can shoot three. He can get him a couple of threes.
Well, you wishful thinking, man.
You know what I'm saying? The Celtics. Hey, bro. Hey, look.
It's not happening.
Look.
He got 27 left on his deal, so I mean that's a tradable contract. That's not too much to ask for.
I love Bucks being very optimistic.
Hey man, look, only as optimistic as you was when you traded for Karl Anthony Towns, right? You know what I'm saying? So
hey, it kind of worked out, right? All NBA.
And Anthony Simons could work out. You see what I'm talking about, baby? Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. Bro.
I'll tell you, y'all need a point guard. I don't know if Simons is a point guard. He's more of a combo guard. There's very few point guards left, but
I agree. I'm not that high on that trade either. But I think that would definitely give like a dynamic play at the guard spot. It's just I don't know if it's worth it. It would just put us in.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it would put us in the Dame and Giannis situation just with more cap flexibility because he's not going to ask for the same amount of money that Dame.
He's going to need the ball. So.
Yeah, he definitely going to need the ball in his hands though.
Yeah. So it would take some working out. And then I do think there is something to be said about having like a young player on the roster that you could be able to shape to play the style of play. Like Dame came in after years of playing a certain style versus Anthony Simons. I think correct me if I'm wrong, I think Anthony Simons only been in the league for about 5-6 years.
I mean, he got bad habits.
I mean, he got
5 years on losing teams. He got bad habits.
The question is when are y'all gonna fire Doc Rivers and get a real coach? That's the real question.
The problem with his contract. The problem with his contract is the problem with firing.
Giannis gonna play 45 minutes a night.
Hey, Giannis finna say, nigga, get him up out of there, or I'm up out of there.
Gonna be on a hospital bed. Thibodeau.
Nah,
Like,
the
y'all
problem,
like Thibodeau. At least y'all gonna be playing real defense again, man. I mean, you know.
the problem with Doc is after we fired Bud at like I want to say 2 years after giving him like a 4-year extension or something, a 4 or 5 year extension. So we still have him on the books. And then we hired what's my guy's
Adrian
name?
Griffin.
Adrian Griffin, and we fired him mid-season, so he's still on the book. So if we fired Doc Rivers and hired another coach, we would just essentially just be racking up bills that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would just take up the space for no reason when we might as well just deal with him because he's only on a 2-year contract. So after this season, he's on his last year. So we're not really worried about like him this year and next year. It's more so Giannis that we're looking at of saying, after we fire him, are you going to sign that contract so we could get you what you know what I'm saying, the coach that you need? Because hopefully by that time period, we could actually find a coach that deserves to be here for peak fucking sake. Because I'm tired of all these damn rental cars in front of our fucking franchise.
Damn.
Know what I'll do? I mean, it's unconventional, bro, and he ain't never coached a team. I'm gonna go see a Rondo want to coach, bro.
You know Rondo is still in he's still in not an assistant. He's what was the thing that Steve Nash was doing with the Warriors? Where like he's working out with Curry and the guys to make sure that's what Rondo's doing. Rondo's help. Actually, I think that actually might be why they thinking about trading for Anthony Simons, because like Rondo could be able to teach him how to play the point guard spot. Because he was helping Dame grow more comfortable in the pick and roll.
I would make Rondo my coach, bro. I'm not dealing with none of these people no more.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't be mad at it either. The only problem is like I'm not mad at it. I just disagree with it. I'm a big component of if you have experience, don't try to get that experience a coach that doesn't have experience to match it. Mm-hmm. Like when Steve Kerr got on the Warriors with Curry, it makes sense because Curry was relatively inexperienced in his own right, only 2 years of playoff experience, only 2 years of really being healthy. It made sense, like give him a coach that could be able to try some things out, and it worked out. But then you got KD with Kyrie, 2 experienced veterans, and you go out and you get Steve Nash, who has no coaching experience. It doesn't really make sense. Same thing with Rondo. I'm fine if like Rondo goes to coach a young team like like maybe Portland or something like that. Like Chauncey's doing.
You want to get Chauncey there?
Hell no.
You trying to set that up?
Hell no. Hawk trying to tell me, man. That's a good one. Shout out to Perp. Shout out to Perp. Like what OKC did with Mark Daigneault. Like getting a coach with limited experience to go with another team with limited experience and have them work it out together. Because they have the time to. A team with Giannis at the helm, you don't have the time to test shit out.
I just feel like when I said that, well, go ahead.
No, I was just saying Daigneault was Billy Donovan's little homie. He bought him from the University of Florida, and then he coached the G League team.
He was in the G League with Caruso and them.
Yeah, then he got the interim job, and then he wanted to get the permanent job, and got a really a poster type. Ascension for Daigneault. So sometimes that works out.
Fine, put Rondo on the roster. I mean, on the coaching staff this year, and get him next year because he's malleable, bro. I think that's your best option.
Doc got love for him, so he probably will. But he ain't no coach right now.
Oh, that ain't man. Okay, we may have to. Okay, let me see.
That'd be tough though.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, we should have got Mike Brown.
We're gonna wrap it up here in a second.
Nah, man, you ain't want Mike Brown, man. Cut it out. You only want because the Knicks got him. Y'all wouldn't think about Mike Brown.
The Bucks don't need.
Hey, man, New York, Milwaukee. We both on the east side, man.
Man, you better go get
Hey,
Darvin Ham.
bro. Hey, I got 100 clips. Yeah, bro. Come on, man.
That's
I hear
insane.
you. I hear you.
That's insane.
Only talking business. You trying to get Bobby back to New York? You know, y'all took him
Come
from
on,
us,
man. All right, bro. All right. We ain't got to talk about.
but
We got Jacko Sims for you.
We
got
gonna wrap
Jacko.
this
We
one
taking
up
good care of him.
real quick. Thank you guys for joining us because I know my meal is ice cold on the table.
No, damn.
Oh, no doubt, bro. Hey, bro. My meal last night was Doritos. I had Doritos and a swig of Coke, man.
Well, y'all went long last night. So yeah,
And I'm fasting right now. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah, starvation is kicking.
I can't do the fasting right now. Not at my age, but
hell nah.
That's exactly why you gotta do it.
I take medicine where I gotta eat. So with that said, we appreciate you guys again. King Speech will be back tomorrow with 10 Toes Down. And we will be back next week. I know Herm is trying to get me to debate him on Tim Duncan being a top 5 player in the NBA. So we might have that debate next Wednesday, depending on how things go. So stay tuned. Kaz, you want to plug the channel? Or any of you guys want to plug?
Hoop Conductor, YouTube.com / Hoop Conductor. Casual Reacts, where I react to all things sports. Again, youtube.com / Casual Reacts. You could also catch me on Playback this season. We'll be recording with a lot of phenomenal content creators that's in this great basketball community that we're in. So yeah, definitely come check me out.
Yep. Okay. Well, I guess that'll be it for tonight. I think Big Nine over there. Yeah. We got to get him before he falls asleep. So
right now, look at Naj. Naj cut his camera off.
We got to get him.
I'm here, dog. I'm here in spirit.
So yeah, if we could all stay back, we're gonna end the stream, but we're gonna stay back. Got a few things we're gonna talk about real quick. But again, thank you guys, and we'll be back tomorrow with 10 Toes Down.